Jesus.
Alright.
I don't know.
So let's see. You guys are currently in uh the the Imperium. Empire. I can't pronounce that properly. Uh, and you've just walked back out of the door. One of you, let's see, Rhiannon got to check up on the. That's right. A recap from last week. You guys return to Avernus. Uh,
Hmm.
because the time is speeding up again in Avernus, and you didn't want to miss your window of saving the people and that's stuck on Boulder's Gate. So the group of you went back with the help of a dragon creature called Scar, who is apparently one of Tiamat's children.
Yeah.
And so she transported you to Avernus, saying, her mother's been asking her to come stop by anyway. And she left you to fend for yourselves, saying that she'll catch up to you eventually once she finds out exactly what her mother wants and see if you
Yeah.
guys can help with that, because that's actually what she's willing to use you for at the moment.
Yeah, that sounds fine. That.
So you guys got down off of Baldur's Gate, uh, managed to avoid the armies, managed to avoid the sticks, and wandered towards Fort Knucklebone. As per what Lulu, the little Hollyfunt, suggested. Uh, on your way there, you spotted a what looks to be a caravan full of shops that were setting up business, and you decided to stop and investigate, and discovered a door into Thorn's Tavern that was sitting there. Uh, Thorn was nowhere in sight. Just the Horned Devil and a few other patrons. Rhiannon checked on the status of the ring, uh, and that was almost it. One of you did get a whisper. Um, and now you're back outside looking around the shops. And recap of the main shops, you see a sign for something called the Infernal Rapture, a sign for Fire Snake Forge, a sign for Bernie the Barber, a sign for From Here to Avernus, a sign for Zent's Larva Farm, and a few of the smaller places that you saw also as you were traveling through. A sign for a place called the Shredded Vellum, uh, and a sign for a place called Fit and Fabulous.
I'm looking for a closed shop.
That would be Fit and Fabulous.
I start walking to Fit and Fabulous.
So many of my characters would have loved that place, but do now run.
What about the rest of you?
Um, I'm probably looking for a shop with pokey pokies,
For what?
objects that I can stab people with.
That would probably be the Fire Snake Forge.
Okay, that could be where I'm going.
Hmm. And the
I'm
rest of
curious about the Infernal Rapture. Because that's the one thing I can't tell what's going on there. So I'm thinking maybe it's a private club. So Brandon's gonna go to the Infernal Rapture. Just for funsies.
All right. As you approach the door to the Infernal Rapture, you see a smiling man dressed in fabulous looking attire, a bit of a blue shawl with some gold pins, a knife caught in one belt in his belt, a nice kind of slightly grayish beard, and a purple and white headband, along with some various earrings in his ears, and he smiles as you approach. Ah, welcome, my friend. Would you like to take a look inside and enjoy the services of the Infernal Rapture? I have a dining service and spa service. Only one thing, though, Auntie, because you're clearly new around here, is that all guests must sign a contract stating that if they fail to pay for the services or start a fight inside my domain their souls are forfeit.
Uh, Curious. What is the currency here for payment?
Hmm. Well, I do accept gold as my entire emporium, and he actually gestures to the entire caravan, travels throughout the lower plains and occasionally some of the material worlds as well.
Okay. Actually, I think the entire group might enjoy a little bit of R&R. Can I check out the rest of the caravan and then come back?
Of course. There are some things that some of the services do cost soul coins. If you have any of those, if you do not, there you might be able to sell some of your things or even exchange gold for soul coins to the right person.
Rest. What is R&R? Okay. And what was your name?
Oh, of course. Forgive me. And he kind of bows a bit before you. I am Mahadi. I own and run not only the Infernal Rapture, but this entire emporium. Well, the shops are individually owned by the various proprietors, but since they sort of belong to me, he smiles.
Thank you, Mahadi. Name.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna go to the trinket shop, and I'll let everybody know. But we'll be back.
All right.
And-
Next person. Okay.
Yep.
Next person is Jesse, who is walking into the clothing store. I'll get to Will in a minute, and try to decide exactly what sort of thing might catch his eye. And you are walking into a store called the Fit and Fabulous, where there are many fine garments made from various types of materials. You see things that are made of silk, some things that seem to be made out of exotic leathers, and a few made from what appears to be dragon scale. It has a bit more of a toughness to it than either lizard or dragonborn scale. So dragon scale is a good possibility. Behind the sorry, behind the stand, where counter. There we go. Sorry, I hate when random words just go missing. Behind the counter stands a green tiefling wearing a long flowing set of robes of red and gold, with curly horns. They kind of smile a bit at you. Ah, hello there. What can I do for you?
Well, as you can see, I'm in shirt and looking to buy something a little bit flash to wear.
And what kind of currency do you wish to pay for with?
I've only got gold at the moment.
Gold. Well, I suppose I can make some deals with gold.
I
If you're
have
gonna be staying long in Avernus, I would, sorry, brain. I would highly recommend that you acquire some soul coins, as they are used to pay for most things around here.
Can I what's it called? Convert?
Not at my shop, I'm afraid.
Oh. I meant in general, out of character.
You have no idea.
Chris, I have a
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, of course you got starting funds.
okay. Are they just the normal how starting funds are calculated for?
Yeah, and then you spend other funds like on like your extra gear, on establishments, on getting yourself to Waterdeep, on repairs, rooms and board, that sort of thing. So
Yeah, but how much gold would we have left? Because it says 15 gold pieces, which seems a little
no,
tiny bit of
look
money
look
to
in the
make
book.
over.
There should be one for your thing, and in fact, given your things, you should say, okay, look what the book calculates, and then add another times 10 to that. Unless it has a calculation for level. I can't remember if 5th edition actually has calculation for money per level. I know that one of the editions did.
So, I kind of look at the dragon scale armor thing that you were talking about.
It doesn't look like it's designed as armor per se. It's more of some, clothing. Just something to make you look fancy. And
so, how much gold would this cost?
let's see. That one, it's a pretty nice looking white set of armor. Not armor, clothing. It feels a little bit cool to the touch, and it seems to be set up like a kind of like a long shirt, not quite a dress or robes, but if you've seen back in the old Roman style, where it's you have that long tunic and then it's belted, and then there's pants or kilt or something like that underneath.
Okay. So, how much are you looking for this?
Let's see. That one in particular. It's White Dragon Scale. And of course, as we know that we are close to Tiamat's domain. That would be 950 gold.
Puts it back. Do you have any shirts on sale?
What sort of shirts are we talking about?
I guess anything, that could be a little bit flashy.
Well, let's see. I do have that robe of many colors of the. What was it? GM is currently spacing on it. It was a robe that, what was it, Logan bought? Not robe. Sorry, cloak. That robe that Logan bought. What was it called again?
Cloak of Many Passions.
Cloak of Many Fashions. There we go. That's what I was trying to remember.
And how much would that be? Considering that I did say if you had anything on sale.
Oh, today that's only 35 gold.
Oh, sweet. I'll take it.
And might I say, you look fabulous in that.
Puts it on straight away. I love it. It goes black with skulls on it. Oh god, now my brain's spacing out. How do you spell cloak?
CLOAK.
Oh, okay. And he puts the 33 gold on the checks. On the on the counter.
Thank you very much for your business.
No problem. Thank you for the amazing cloak.
Well, like I said, you look fabulous in that.
Why, thank you. Does a little bow thing.
Meanwhile, Will, besides the stores that you've already seen and I've already mentioned, you do see the occasional individual who's coming up from basically in the same direction you guys came from. You see at the moment 2 bone devils, about 5 imps carrying what looks like sacks, and a chain devil in some sort of fancy helmet.
Huh.
What does the sacks look to be filled with?
It's hard to tell. Maybe some kind of coins, but since the sacks are closed, it's hard to tell what kind.
Hmm. We'll just go to stand there and just keep an eye on them and anything else that might enter.
You get occasional looks, and which is probably not to be expected considering you're a gnome. But no one comes over to hassle you, thankfully.
Good. For them.
That confidence, though.
Well, it was the only 2 bone devils.
At the moment.
Bring it on.
Oh god.
We will make waffle. Absolutely love that saying, to be honest.
All right. So who else is doing something other than standing near Rhiannon at the moment?
I was going to the stabby stab shop.
Stabby stab shop. Got it. That'd be the fire nate place. All right. So you walk over towards the forge, and one of the 3 salamanders that you see working away behind it comes running up to the counter and looks out at you. Can I help you with something?
Hello. Do you happen to have something I can stab people with from a very long range?
Oh, you
Like a
mean
bow?
like a bow or a crossbow?
Yeah.
Well, we do have bows. You sure you don't want a crossbow?
Let me take a look at them, then I can decide. It would depend on them.
Yeah, we got some in stock. The bows, not as fun to work with, so we keep a small stack on hand, but not so many.
What's special about your crossbows then?
Well, they are a little bit mechanical. They have some nice moving parts. The fire newt beside the salamander just grins, and they can throw bolts of all sorts far away. You can build a good one out of out of metals, and just a little bit of sorry, brain, and only a little bit of cured gut for the string. Bows are a little bit more complicated when you're dealing with everything on fire. I've seen those from the material plane. I take it that's where you're from? No, wait, you...
No.
Oh, let's go. The Mender blinks a bit at you. Let me think. Feywild?
I mean, yes.
Never been there, but I think I heard about some kind of elves that live in the Feywild.
Oh, believe me, it's fun there.
And you look like you're very cold. I probably don't want to touch you. The salamander, which is, big, flamey, well, not really big, it's average size, but it's still kind of like a flamey creature, pulls out a crossbow made out of, mostly out of metal, and sets it down on the countertop. This one should be pretty light. Got a range of 320 feet.
I don't know, that feels so impersonal. It's more like the thing is killing people. I want to be close. Do you have things I can throw? Like small knives?
Ah, well, you should have said that. You said far away, not close up.
I mean, yes,
The salamander puts
those.
the crossbow away and starts pulling out some daggers. They've got some fancy little bits of red touch-ups with, like, little bits of jewels and whatnot in the hilts. And some really nice sharp points. Now these are nice and light. They can hit things about up to 60 feet away. You can throw them
Do you have any darts?
Darts.
Because if I carry too much of these around, they will get heavy, I think.
Nah, I don't got any darts.
Hmm. Anything else interesting?
Well, let's see. I've got plenty of interesting things, but you said specifically things to throw or launch at people. But I'll tell you what. And the salamander leans over the counter a bit and leans towards you. You look like someone who would enjoy causing a lot of damage to things, right?
I mean, that would be my goal, yes. That's why weapons are used.
Have you seen the infernal war machines?
You mean those slow battle
Oh,
things?
no. Those are those are for multiple people. Those are carriers, like what we got. See the the Emporium here is sitting on. No. I'm talking about the really speedy ones where you can launch ballista out of. You've got like spears on them. You can jab them into people. They run on wheels and they have these magical, well, to call them engines on there. We actually specialize on repairing them, and we can add some customizations if you happen to bring us one.
What do you mean by happen to bring you one?
Well, we don't have any for sale at this location with us, but because the boss then kind of like glances over towards the infernal rapture. Well, let's just say he's not willing to transport whole vehicles on his vehicles, but we can repair things as long as we're stationed. So,
What are the rules on like taking one of those machines? Like, is there like legislation? Or like, if I stop everyone who owns one, I can take it.
the salamander's just laughing. listen, listen here. If you can take it, if you find it, dig it up, or just take it from whoever currently has it, it's yours. You just have to make it yours.
Okay.
There ain't no
I
legislation.
mean-
What do you think this is? One of the lands of the material plane?
I don't know. It seemed like you guys were pretty into laws and stuff.
It depends. It really only matters. See, the only law that matters is between you and whoever is holding your soul coin or you got a contract with. Anything else is up for grabs. That's kind of how it works.
Oh, I like this place. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Do you know where I can like maybe get like some unique items that I can only get like here?
Unique items.
Like, these look unique and they're beautiful, but like we have crossbows.
Yeah. That's what they all say. Kind of Chick said, "Oh, there's there's one place that I forgot to mention. Icar's Away. I forgot that. I forgot to write that one down when I was transcribing the places in the list. There's another shop that you guys would have noticed called Icar's Away.
Yeah, I got that one written down.
Yeah, but I forgot it on my recap. So I forgot to write down on my special cheat sheet card that I made for myself, where I was writing down all of the book ones, and then I had another stat sheet with all of my with a couple of mine listed. Anyway, yeah, you might want to check out Icar's Away for looking for interesting things. That mage there, they got some interesting stuff.
Thank you very much. You know what? Do you have any? You know what? I'll take 2 of those daggers. They do
All
look
right.
nice.
Yes. Okay, so
Gold is okay, right?
what?
I only have gold.
Yeah. I'll sell, if you're gonna buy things with gold, I'll sell you those two daggers for 10 gold.
Okay.
Pleasure doing business with you. Like I said, if you bring back any sort of infernal war machine, I'll be happy to work. Well, me and my companions, and the salamander looks over towards the two other salamanders. I'll be very happy to work on it for you.
Can I make an insight check to see if he's gonna stab me if I do that?
Sure.
Why do I roll so low?
The
I have a
salamander
plus
looks
8 now.
looks quite committed to getting more of your business, and is trying to encourage you to get yourself a war machine just so they can, you know, get money off of you for repairing it.
Then I'm gonna go to the one shop he recommended.
All right. Let's see. Will is standing in the courtyard. Galmil and Rhiannon are chatting. Jesse is heading back over to Rhiannon and Galmil. Anyone wish to do anything before we look at the next shop with Melissa?
I mean, Rhiannon was heading towards a shop. If at some point she wants to go check out the random ass knick-knack shop. But that's it.
Oh,
I
well,
thought we were
if
in
you
it.
see, okay, so you guys actually did go to the Icarus Away?
I thought the random ass knick-knack shop was hold on, from here to Avernus.
No, that's that's basically FedEx or UPS or
Oh wait, I'm looking at wrong thing.
or the post office even. It's a package delivery service. So yeah, more like FedEx or UPS, not the post office.
Okay, I had written down here random stuff too, so yeah, I guess we're going to Icarus Away. Fuck it. She wants to get something fun from Avernus. Like, you know, I went to hell and all I got was a shitty t-shirt sort of thing, so.
Well, you might be able to find that at the clothing store. The Fits and Fabulous Fit and Fabulous stuff.
Yeah, she'll go to Icarus Away to try to get something a little cooler, but yeah.
All right. As you walk in, you see a humanoid figure hunched over over a bench, with a retort, and what's it called? Not a colander. It's basically, they look like they're engaged in some sort of alchemy experiment. They have long arms, but their fingers. This length seems to be accomplished by the fact that their fingers now seem to be tentacles instead of regular fingers. Their ears appear to be wings, kind of bat-like wings, long and wide, kind of stretching down past their shoulders. And you see a sign over top saying, a sign in several languages over top of the shop, past the Icarus Away, saying, "I cannot hear you. If you're looking for attention, walk over carefully to my side and wave a hand."
Brianna will walk over to the side and wave a hand.
The figure blinks and straightens up, turning kind of not exactly steepling their fingers, more like putting their fingers together in such a way that makes it look like two tangled octopus or octopi together, or maybe squids would be better tangled up, and they're kind of like staring at you expectantly.
She waves again. Looking for something interesting.
Like, watches you for a moment, nods, and pulls up a flask and displays it. This is Demon Ichor. I sell it for 100 gold each a flask. I consider that very interesting stuff.
What can it do?
Ooh, it can do a lot of various things. It can give you powers and abilities. Or, of course, you can attempt to sell it to somebody else if you really wanted to away from the Imperium. Emporium. Brain, I keep mispronouncing that.
Alright. I'll take a flask.
Kind of hands it over for the 100 gold. Thank you. It is quite fun to experiment with. And unless there's... Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I cut you off. Sorry.
And if there's anything else... unless there's something else you would like, I would very much like to continue with my experiments.
Is this one use, or... How many uses?
You can put this on a weapon if you wish, and things will happen to the enemy, or you can consume it yourself if you're willing to pay the potential price of what might happen to you. There's no way of telling, and he kind of gestures with one hand and wiggles the tentacle fingers.
Rhiannon looks at fists.
And then then he gestures up towards his ears.
Ah. Okay. Anything for a little bit of science, and she puts it in her pocket.
He nods and then turns away from you to go back to his current experiment.
Turns to Gamil and just kind of like taps the flask and grins.
I wasn't saving my money. I would definitely find that gun.
Oh, well, I had to get a souvenir.
At this point, you see Quentin kind of showing up at the front of the shop. Not Quentin, the Lunissa. Lunissa showing up at the front of the shop.
Hey, Lunissa. Lunissa.
Greetings.
Is there anything interesting in there?
Roll a perception check.
I was asking them, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pulls out a flask. Something called Demonicker. And kind of like shrugs. I don't know what all it can do, but two of the things it can do is apparently turn your fingers into tentacles and your ears into wings. You can put it on a weapon or choose to alter yourself with it. I'm not quite sure, but I figured, interesting. It's 100 gold, so.
Maybe. I'll go see if he has anything interesting.
Yep. There's, I guess when we all meet up, there's also like a restaurant and a spa here. I don't know if we want to go into that or if we need to keep moving, but.
Well, I figured we were in a hurry, but I don't really care.
Oh yeah, Salamander thinks that we could just, like, if we wanted to, like, look for one of those cart thingies and just take one.
Look for a cart thingy and take it. What are you talking about?
Like, there are these, like, war machines, or whatever they call it, which is like a cart without a horse. And apparently, if there are people on it and they don't seem like the nicest people, we can just take the cart. No questions asked.
To steal it.
No,
That sounds like stealing to me.
they said it wasn't stealing. They said it was okay.
Relieving.
They said the word the laws of this plane, so that's the law of this plane. If I beat them up, I can take their cart. I like this plane. I will come back there later.
What's in Rhiannon's alignment? I feel like it's neutral good. Yeah, it is neutral good.
Pure neutral Vim was like, whatever.
Yeah, Rhiannon's like, I guess when an Avernus do is Avernians do? She shrugs.
said it was okay. They said they could fix it up even. So
This seems like
if
the
they are
perfect
willing to
place for
fix it,
Lunissa.
the cards- anyway, I'm gonna see what this weird man has.
All right. Yeah, I don't know if we should do the spa. We might need to get going. But yeah, you do your thing. I'm gonna hang out here and contemplate altering myself.
Oh, that's gonna be so horrible.
So, Will, what do you wish to do?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
What do you wish to do, Will? Do you just continue to stand where you're at?
Well, Will just sees this whole place as a whole as a distraction, and he's like, "Why are we still here?" So he's just gonna wait a little longer until he approaches his party and
Okay.
asks why we are not on the move. But he's gonna stay where he is.
Okay, so Larissa, you're looking at the man, and of course, once again, there's a sign above him saying, "I cannot hear you. Wave to get my attention."
I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna look around in the store to see if there's anything interesting. Like, what do I see in the store?
Roll a perception check.
It's not gonna notice me until I do something. Like, I'm gonna abuse that. What do I see?
Fucking hell, 32.
Huh. Well, you see various baubles on a couple of shelves. You see what appears to be a skull of some unknown origin. Something with horns and looks like 3 eyes, or maybe just a big nose, like you know how the nose cavity looks. And various just little objects on shelves that it's hard to tell what function they have. Like there's one that's a little box. There's some kind of not a vial, but what's the size of? Oh, flask. There is a clear flask with some kind of viscous black substance inside that you see on the shelf.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna. Is there like an inventory somewhere? There I can flip.
No, you don't see anything like that. Mostly you see racks of the same flasks, but they are very close to the man working.
I'll just go over and I'll like wave in front of his face, like. Is this how you wave?
He looks up from his work and stands around, putting his hands together again. Welcome. What can I help you with?
2 questions. What is that black thing in that vial?
He
And
looks
do you have-
over at it. Well, that is actually an ooze that's been contained in that vial.
I'll take it.
Okay.
I mean, how much is it? I mean,
Well, nobody's ever wanted it before, so I'm willing to sell it for either 94 gold or, if you have one, a soul coin.
how much gold would a soul coin be worth?
Depends on whose soul it is. Who you're buying it from.
I have a question. How do you obtain a soul coin?
You'll find out. Maybe.
Oh, good.
You only found out once.
I noticed that I can pay with gold here, but can I pay with gold everywhere, or do I really need the soul coin?
If you're saving your soul coin, that's fine. You can pay me with gold.
Yeah, but where do I get more soul coins?
Well, I imagine out in the wastes, or you can barter them from somebody, depending. Some are willing to pay soul coins for things to you.
Okay, so so it was 49.
It was 94.
Damn it!
You can always roll persuasion.
Do it.
I would, but I'm playing Lunissa, so no. Lunissa doesn't do persuasion. all my other characters would have voted this right now, but Lunitza, nah. I would
Yeah,
sooner stab the guy than vote it.
it's the story of everyone's life around here. It's like the moment you switch characters, you suddenly run into the situations that your other character would have been perfect for.
Anyway, second question. Do you have poisons?
Well,
Particularly
and he
good at
pulls
killing.
up. Pulls up one of the flasks of demon ichor, similar to the one that Rhiannon showed you. This can potentially be a poison. If you apply it to a weapon, it can do bizarre effects to your enemy when they stab them with it.
Yeah, I heard it. It gives people tentacles. That's not what
No,
I'm.
it can do all sorts of things, but it's usually very distracting to the target.
Yeah, but I don't want to distract it. I want
Distracting, it's
them
quite
dead.
useful. Makes it easier to make them dead.
Hmm. Do you have something that can like? Hmm. Oh, if we get in, like serious trouble. Is there like something you have which could be used to like persuade someone not to eat us or something?
Mm.
I don't know what you guys do, so.
He kind of shrugs. Uh, I don't have anything personally that does that.
Hmm. What kind of other potions do you have except for the weird squiggly potions?
No, just that flask up there. He again gestures towards with one tentacle finger towards the flask that he already established has some sort of ooze inside.
I already paid him for the flask.
Oh, you already paid him for the flask? You paid him the 94 gold?
Yeah.
The 95 gold? Okay.
Yeah.
So he handed that flask over to you.
Hmm. Is that all that you said?
Sadly, yes, that's all I have at the moment.
What if I put this in someone's drink? What would happen?
Probably kill them.
Okay, that qualifies as poison.
Well, it's more of an acid. It's like you wouldn't want to drink acid.
Oh no, like the weird squiggly make your arms
Oh,
do.
the ichor? No, you can drink that yourself and things will happen to you. So it's not exactly a poison. It can stun somebody in battle easily though, depending on how startled they become.
What if I pour it on inanimate object?
Yeah, it'll stay there for a while. Then you can use it to stab people with it.
Hmm. Do you happen to sell any small rodents?
No, I don't. I'm afraid. If you're looking for something small, I would try over at the larval farm.
I'll buy one of those weird potions.
So you also pay 100 gold for a demon ochre flask.
Yeah, and what's that the larval farm?
Larva, of course. Though I think Zenth only sells them for soul coins. So if you don't have any soul coins, you might be lost there.
Any other weird rules I need to know? Because someone told me if I beat someone up, I can take their stuff. But I'm not allowed to beat people up.
Not in the Emporium. Maddie will get really upset.
No, not in here, but like outside. Can I just beat anyone up and take their stuff?
Yeah, as long as you're not beating up somebody that belongs to your somebody that you belong to.
Oh, so I can beat up anyone I want, take their stuff as long as I'm not affiliated with them.
Yeah. Or else, your devil will get really, really mad at you.
Yeah, my devil will be really mad. Okay. Thank you. I really like this place. I'm gonna come back later.
The Imperium or Avernus itself?
I mean, not here because I can't stab anyone here, but like the whole idea of stabbing people and it being okay, I like it.
Yeah. Well, that's the Nine Hells for you.
Yeah. I might get my hands on a war machine. Do you have anything that can help me like learn how to drive that thing?
Nah, you want to go over to the fire and forge for that.
Okay. I just came from there. Okay. You don't have like driving manual?
Me? No, why would I have that? I
There.
feel a demonic here.
You know what? I'll keep one of them alive to steer it. It's fine. Uh, anyway, I'm gonna go see at the larval farm if I can buy some larvals. Thank you.
Good luck.
Which direction is that?
He gestures over towards it. Meanwhile, what are the rest of you guys doing? You're all gathered together now? Rhiannon.
Yeah, ready to go. Yeah, she's asking around.
Will. Everyone that's not Lanissa, I think you're all gathered together at the moment.
Just waiting for Lanissa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Watching her-
I kept forgetting about Biddy. Biddy, what have you been up to all this time?
Just waiting for everyone to be finished with whatever they're bloody doing.
Yeah, so you guys see Lanissa leave one shop and heading again towards another shop.
Gamma just tilts the head almost like a 90-degree angle as they watch.
We were kind of in a rush, weren't we?
We were.
Lulu is just kind of she's kind of hovering next to you, Rhiannon. And Maddie's kind of like looking over from his, where he's at and smiles over at her. Well, it's been some time, Lulu. Lulu kind of like turns her head towards him. Do I know you? Oh, you poor thing. You've forgotten me. And he kind of walks over. Apparently you have Lulu with you. This is incredible. Oh,
Yeah.
Lulu, I sheltered you for a while when you were lost. The problem is that you seem to have forgotten things.
Can you help her with that?
Oh, no. There are reasons probably why she doesn't remember. So, are you going to enjoy a bit of time in the Rapture, or are you just heading on your way?
Heading on the way. I just wanted to stop by. I hadn't seen a caravan around here.
Oh, well. As I said, we wander throughout the lower planes and even to the material plane occasionally.
Yeah, just checking it out. We have somebody who's quite enthralled and taking up a lot of time, but we're just waiting and hanging out. Hey, Impy, go tell Lanissa we need to get on the way.
Right, sure. The imp just kind of flutters off of your shoulder and flies over towards Lanissa as Lanissa enters into the larva farm. Behind the counter is a old, very bitter-looking hobgoblin. His arms are folded. He just kind of glares, looking out towards you. I haven't seen you before. What do you want?
I was told you sell small creatures.
I sell larvae. And he kind of gestures over towards a pit where you see these good-sized grub-like things that have humanoid faces that are stretched out in some kind of agony.
How big? Like hand size, smaller, bigger?
Oh, no. These, let me double check the book on that. Because I forget exactly what the size of a larva is.
It's quite important because
Yes.
that's gonna depend on how many I'm gonna try and buy.
I'm not making too much noise, am I?
I haven't heard you all this time.
Oh, okay, cool. Because at the moment I'm outside.
Okay.
I'm like on the 9th floor, and it's like really pretty out here.
9th floor of what?
Of a hotel.
Oh.
Like I said, I traveled into Cairns. I went up from Bundaberg.
Ah.
It's like a 24-hour train ride on the Australian's fastest train.
I must not have heard. I must not have heard that part. I'm sorry.
It's all good. You now have me as a Facebook friend, so when you see it, when you get some time free, just look at my Facebook profile. There's like
That's where you mentioned
7
it.
posts.
I hadn't had a chance to look through that as I was doing other when I first got in there. Hold on, I'm in the wrong chapter. Let's see. Sorry, there's there we go. No, it's a medium-sized creature. So I'm thinking it's the size of a large dog. Maybe the size of a dwarf. But whatever it is, it's medium-sized.
And it's larvae. Larva.
It's referred to as a larva.
So how
What
friendly
the
are
fuck?
As you get close, you hear one just kind of make a wailing sound.
Oh yeah, these are creepy. No, not at all. What are you talking about?
I go like, so how friendly are these things?
The hobgoblin just laughs. Friendly. Kind of takes its head. It's not like they can do much to you. Even if they bit you, it wouldn't hurt much.
And how much would one be worth?
Each is worth a soul coin.
So, if I were to give you like 100 gold, that wouldn't work.
No, I don't need gold. I need soul coins. He kind of glares a bit. You don't have soul coins.
Any idea where I can get some?
He kind of smiles, and he kind of flicks a lever for a moment, and suddenly the outside noise is cut off, and he leans over his counter. Yeah, I have a way you can earn some soul coins. I might even throw in a larva or two for you.
Okay. So what exactly is this way?
I need you to kill Maddie. If you do this, I'll give you all the soul coins I have, all 9 of them.
Is this outside or inside of this place?
Oh,
Because I can't kill people inside. That's the law.
If you kill him, it won't matter anymore. He is the law. And if you kill him here, it's not like he can come back.
How much? Oh, let me just. Okay, yeah, okay. So wait, who is this person exactly? Because like, if I'm gonna murder someone, I need to have like specific details, or else I'm gonna die. So who is this person exactly?
Oh, he's the ruler of this emporium. He might look like human, but he's a Rakshasa.
Oh, those are fun.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I was supposed to tell you that. He's under a geist. You shouldn't have been able to say that. Can you scrub that from your memory at the moment?
Aw.
My bad. Sorry, I misread something in the book.
Now I'm gonna have to live with that notion. Oh. So what does he say he is?
It says,
in that case, if he's not Rasasa? Because that's
he's the leader.
Difference.
He's the leader of that place. You know, that guy that's standing out in front of the Rapture.
Yeah, but
that
what
guy.
is he? Is he like human? Is he not human? Is he
He's clearly
demigod? Like,
he's some kind of fiend. Yeah, that's
yeah,
why you have to kill
that's
him here in Avernus in order to keep him dead.
yeah. But there are so many different kind of fiends. So how am I
Eh,
supposed to know how to kill this type?
I'd tell you, but unfortunately, I can't. My brain. He's got a spell on me that says I can't do that.
Oh, so he owns your thingy.
Yeah.
Are you even allowed to tell me this?
I'm allowed to hire people to kill him.
Okay. And
So,
I mean, in that case, 9 soul coins and 2 larvae seems like a very low price.
it's for his head.
Yes, he's a fiend who owns you,
Yeah.
so technically speaking, you would be paying me your life's worth.
He thinks for a moment. I'd be paying you all I had in order to get out of my contract with him. If he dies, my contract and everyone else's contract here in the Emporium is finally canceled, and we can leave.
Oh, yeah, I definitely need more money in that case. Because I need to be paid for everyone's life's worth then.
The hobgoblin just shakes his head. Fine, you don't want to even try. Then
I
get
mean,
out
I
of here.
want to try. I want to be paid well, though.
That's all I can offer you. If you
How
want
about
them to pay for it, ask them after, or demand it from them after you've
I
you've done the
know?
deed. I wouldn't suggest going up to them right now and telling them. They'll know that somebody's trying to get him assassinated.
Yeah, but won't they just be like, "Nah, I'm not gonna pay you" after that? Because I'm pretty sure you guys aren't friendly, normally speaking.
It all depends. But if you don't want to pay to pay for, if you don't want to get paid soul coins in order by killing one person, then fine, be my guest and leave. And he reaches over towards the switch that'll open up the shutters again.
Wait, quick question: is there any other place I can get some soul coins?
Probably find some at the wasteland. Bring him in, and I'll sell you some larvae.
Okay, I'll think about it. Let's just you guys do contracts, right?
He does. Maddie does.
No, but do you do contracts? Because I know in
Me?
the Feywild, like when you do a contract and you don't follow it, like you turn into a frog or something. I mean, depends on who writes the
All the
contract.
contracts here in Avernus, your soul is forfeit if you renege on your contract. They get your soul.
Oh yeah. So like, if I kill him and you don't pay me, do I get your soul, or do we need to like make a contract for that now?
What? See, here's what I'm willing to do. We can make a contract that says if you don't kill him before leaving the Imperium, that I then get your soul, but I will give you all the soul coins I have, all 9 of them, as a down payment for this contract. That way you can, lure him with money or something.
Yeah, but you still would have my soul.
No, if you fulfill the contract, I don't have your soul. The contract is fulfilled, and everything's good. I only
Yeah,
get your soul if you leave. If you leave without doing the deed.
yeah, but I don't know if I'm gonna do the deed today because we are
Yeah,
on a
then
time schedule.
then let's not sign any contracts. Just think about it and come back later. How about? Maybe I've already paid somebody else to do it.
Okay. Well, bye.
Bye bye. And he flicks the switch to open the shutters back up.
I'm gonna look to see.
Something else.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right back.
Basically what you guys saw was he walked into a shop. Then a moment or two later, the shutters suddenly closed up quickly. After a few minutes, the shutters are opened back up again. Quentin, what do you do?
Like, I
Her.
think I
Sorry,
need,
her.
yeah. I'm gonna look for someone. I need to get some soul coins.
Yeah. Come back when you got some money.
Bye.
Bye.
I walk out of the tent. Then I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna go get some soul coins.
We need to
In a
go.
busy. Yeah.
Uh,
Enough of
we're
this distraction. Let's just get going.
Yeah.
we are sort of in a hurry.
are we though? Weren't we waiting for evil dragon lady to come?
No, she's going to find us.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, let's never come back here.
Aw.
Um,
Once we left, I'm gonna go like, by the way, guy. I mean, have we left yet? Or are we leaving? I'm fine with.
Okay. I mean, if the lead needs to, yeah, we're leaving.
Okay. Well, while we have left the camp, I'm gonna go like, do you know like the owner of there owned like every shop owner apparently?
Apparently, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of them offered me gold to kill him. Sounded very appealing, but it was very underpaid.
Yeah, let's keep moving.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying we should now. I'm just saying,
Who offered you gold?
you know, the shop that went closey close after I went in. He was like, "Have you can have some soul coins if you kill this guy for me." I was like, "Huh, maybe. Who is this guy?" And he was like, "This is the big boss." And I was like, "That seems like a little bit of soul coin to give your freedom back. I'd like some more. Definitely if I'm freeing everyone. Like 9 soul coins seems worth more than all of their. It seemed like worth less than all their freedoms put together. You know?"
Would Rihanna know that basically a soul coin is somebody's fucking soul?
Roll a religion check.
Could Will try?
Yes, Will may also try because he also heard it mentioned.
Because I feel like she would not be okay with this.
Look, I didn't take the job. Just saying.
Rhiannon is. Rhiannon is oddly actually no. Rhiannon should roll that at advantage. Sorry, so Rhiannon, you get one more roll on that. Will, yeah,
One
you know
more
that
one.
it's that you
One
know that a
more-
soul coin contains
Shut up.
a full soul.
Dang it!
A person is, possibly in there. Rhiannon, for some reason, your mind clouds over, and you're not certain if it's, a soul, a full person, a part of a soul, just a fancy name because it's hell. You're kind of spinning your wheels on that one.
That's an interesting name for a currency. I'll have to write that down. I wonder why they call it a soul coin. Writes it down in the journal.
I think it's because it's someone's soul.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Wait, what do you mean?
I think they're like, you are worth this much currency, so I put your soul in this, and whoever owns this coin owns you, because that's what the guy said. He was like, the guy owns me, or something like that. I think that's how that works.
Can Will explain exactly what a soul coin is?
Sure.
I can't. I don't have the notes in front of me, so I can't repeat what you said.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just basically the information I gave, which
Yeah.
is that a soul coin, the people in there, their souls might be owned, and their contracts might be this and that. Soul coins are actually souls, turned into basically coin form rather than allowed to walk around. And those people in there are still technically immortal. They're still technically alive. So their soul, it's hard to explain. Their souls are owned by contract. If he's controlling them, if they have soul coins, that sort of thing, he would be keeping them on himself at all times, that sort of thing. If not, he just has a contract, and if they die, they become coins. It's a little bit of gray area that even with a 21 in religion is hard to explain. You just know that the soul coin is essentially should be considered essentially the same person as that.
So basically,
It's an individual person.
If the person is still alive, they're under a contract, and when they die, they will become coins.
Yes.
A coin or multiple coins. I don't know.
Yes.
And the coins are basically deceased people.
Yeah.
And their souls.
That haven't been turned into that have not been turned into other things such as lemur or larva or anything like of that nature.
So basically, their souls.
That's horrible.
Pretty much.
Hilarious.
Horrible. Their
Yep.
souls can't go on.
Nope. That is absolutely wrong.
Being pushed around like a coin. That's people's lives.
That's the way that hells work.
Didn't they sign a contract to have that happen? Though? Like, I'm pretty sure they can't just go like, boom, we kidnap you, and that's what's happened to you.
No, but they can trick you.
Fair.
That's why deals. The words are very important.
Yeah, the guy inside was like, can we sign a contract that I get like your soul coin if you leave before killing him? And I was like, nah. I know.
The restaurant and the spa, they wanted me to sign a contract to make sure that we paid and that we wouldn't start fights or souls were forfeit.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a trick.
Yeah.
Watch out, or you become currency.
Watch out, or you
I don't
become
like
what?
this.
What'd you say?
Watch out, or
Currency.
you become currency.
I don't like this because I'm waiting at the hotel at the moment. The R&R.
Oh, no, it's such a small area because it's just basically a horseshoe. You would have been within earshot of each other at all times, unless you were actually
okay.
physically inside a shop.
Anyway, are we gonna keep running towards this thing, or are we gonna look for like one of those 3 carriages?
We're heading towards Knucklebone.
Okay.
We've got a 10-mile journey. Well, I don't know how far we got, but
It's like 8 miles, I think, at this point. Maybe less.
got an 8-mile journey ahead of us. Let's get going.
I'm gonna be looking out for a free vehicle.
Alright. So you're going to be giving me the perception check, and who's watching out for enemies?
Uh,
I'll take first watch if you want.
You're walking, you're not sleeping. It's not really... Oh, I guess it could be considered a watch.
Active perception, probably, right? Because I'm looking for something. 80.
Perception.
Is that roll
That's
of them?
On this mile, nothing.
I'm gonna keep looking for a free car.
I'll keep an eye out this next mile. Let's see if I see any dangers.
Who knew about Gamil and his soul? Was that Phaedra or Rhiannon?
Rhiannon would have known.
Rhiannon?
Yeah, he would have known Rhiannon.
I think Phaedra found out too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me 1 second, I'm looking for something.
Bless you.
Jesus.
Sorry. Trying to get the right stats on something. I did make a roll and something happened.
Oh, good.
Uh-oh.
Alright. Good thing I rolled pretty decently.
Take your time, Tobias. Oh,
Who
you're
needs
muted,
coffee
so
when we've
I
got
won't do that.
alcohol? spaghetti.
I don't
You just know, uh-oh.
I know everything.
So what are we fighting?
You're
Party.
Figuring it out.
Hooray.
as Linissa keeps looking around and looking around, she sees a wheel half stuck in a bony outcropping, and it appears to be disappearing along with some metallic struts half into the ground. Like there's something half buried here.
I found something. I'm
Hmm?
gonna run over there and start digging.
Lunisa! God damn.
I'm run over and start the digging.
Why are we digging up a
I
wheel?
have no idea what she's doing.
This is like one of those fast scar things the guy
How,
told me about.
how deep down is it?
I don't know.
This is... we're going that direction.
Yeah, what do you...
Well, if she doesn't take time digging, I'll take time doing something myself. He pulls out his book and
Really?
starts.
Right.
Looks like he's ritual casting something.
Grizz,
All right, go ahead.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
So, with Rhiannon being Warlock of the Old One through Logwrath,
Mhm.
for some reason I have 2 extra cantrips and I'm not quite sure why.
Which cantrips are they?
So the cantrips that she has on her sheet are Eldritch Blast, Mage Hand, Prestidigitation, and True Strike.
Okay.
And then 2 spells are Command and Hex. Whenever I go into my D&D Beyond, I can't add Command as a Warlock spell.
Yeah. That's like again. That you might want to switch on some a homebrew thing then. That's the case for D&D if you're doing D&D Beyond as well.
Well, I
That's-
didn't see it in the pin that you gave me either, so I'm just curious if that changed or something. I don't know. I never-
He would definitely provide command or charm person.
Well, she has the 1 charm person per day.
Oh,
That
okay.
was the special ability, but I'm
and
not quite sure
I
where
mean,
command
I'm not sure
came
where
from.
came. I don't know where it came from either. Maybe it was Roll20 screwing up.
Okay, I don't know. I'll fix it later. I was just curious while we were waiting.
No. So that means Alyssa should be rolling a strength check. Is anyone helping her? Because she's currently digging, and she's digging without tools, which means she's just digging her hand. Everyone stopped moving, and she's just there, digging something, working on digging something in the ground. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Sure, casting a spell.
I mean, do you want some help, Lanissa? I feel like this is just wasting... I don't understand what's going on here.
Yeah.
She'll help Lanissa.
Why?
Video-
Why are we stopping to do this?
Because I don't understand why we're doing this, but
Do
I figure
any
if
of you have any tools?
I have a quarterstaff.
I have a Nissa.
He has the warrior staff. I have 2
I have-
daggers. We put them together. We have a shovel.
Do you have twine that can easily attach your daggers together on a quarterstaff to make an improvised shuttle?
I have a book of tiefling porn.
I'm gonna dig a big, deeper grave for that. Do that.
Let me see.
Maybe in the engineer's back? Nope. No shovel.
While they're doing whatever they're doing, Billy's just gonna keep on the lookout for anything.
I mean, if you guys want to go, I'll catch up to you guys. Don't worry.
No, we're not splitting the party.
Especially in Avernus.
see the problem.
None of us have molded. Dang it.
If you want to mold the earth, just use your hands.
That's what she's attempting to do right now, and it is incredibly slow going. She's like pretty much just getting tiny amounts of the struts revealed after a couple of minutes of heavy work.
I have 3 ticks per second though.
Rhiannon will cast Mage Hand to try to assist a little further. That's all she can do.
Alright.
You know what? Should I open the iron flask to help dig?
Up to you.
No, I'm not that dumb.
How long are the rest of you guys going to wait watching her do this?
How much progress has she made in 5 minutes?
Very little.
Will just turns around and just goes, "Come on, let's go."
Oh, at least give her 5 more minutes.
I'm just gonna make twice as much progress as now, and it's nothing.
What if I
Huh.
dig with a prayer book?
Really won't help.
Okay.
Pretty much the only thing that's going to help you right now is shovel or some kind of spell.
I have no useful spells.
I mean, I could break the dirt.
Oh, yeah. That is what he's ritual casting.
Oh, don't ritual cast. You're gonna break the cards. I'm gonna be so pissed.
Oh, that's not gonna affect your card. I don't give a fuck about your card.
Ooh. So,
Don't forget, I'm
so-
under
so-
the effect of stabby stab.
so nearby, a flaming, half-translucent horse suddenly appears on the bone-laden landscape. And it rears up and looks towards Galmil.
Great.
I figured. Why walk?
Oh, you did that.
Mm-hmm. It lasts for an hour. I'm ready to
Wait.
go.
Wait. Kelpie?
Yes.
Or Kelly? Sorry, Kelly?
The flaming quasi-real horse just kind of turns its head towards you, Rhiannon.
Kelly looked different.
It just kind of stomps the ground with a flaming hoof. Doesn't seem to do much to the ground.
That's interesting.
I'm ready to go.
How much progress have we made after however long they want to
That'd
wait?
be 11 minutes of cast.
Again, not much. It looks like it's going to be a long time before you can unearth the entire thing with just your hands, and you're going to be suffering levels of exhaustion.
You know what? Floop. We'll see. Maybe this will help.
Oh no.
I might be able to find them easier from somebody else.
Too late. The flask is open.
What's
Okay.
in the flask?
Yeah, Chris. What's in the
Wow.
flask?
Let's find out.
Well, on a good note, I can move 100 feet every 6 seconds.
Don't worry.
Well,
I
technically, 200 feet if I dash.
the thing goes 100 feet a turn.
It has a movement speed of 100 feet.
God dang. I
It
was
can
like,
travel 10 miles in an hour, or 13 miles at a fast pace.
I was
That's
like,
phantom speed for you.
I can still outrun him. Nah.
It lasts for 1 hour.
What spell is that? I mean, what level spell is it, Phantom Seed?
It's a 3rd level ritual.
Nice.
One of these, similar to the beings that you saw at the forge, falls out of the flask and just kind of blinks up at the sky.
Can you help dig?
Kind of shuffles its head towards you and makes this kind of weird crackling noise that sounds like fire.
That's a yes.
It kind of glances at all of you, glances again at the sky, notices the flask in Linus's hand, and immediately starts to run away.
Isn't it? Chris, it's under my control for 1 hour.
Does it say that?
Yes,
Hold on.
I think so.
Let me check.
So
Hey.
what came out of the flask? An elemental or a salamander?
A salamander.
It's a
I think.
salamander. Hold on.
He's a shopkeeper.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, it does obey you for 1 hour. Okay, so it doesn't run away. It just kind of stands there and looks at the ground and kind of pokes at the ground with its what does it have on it again? Pokes at the ground with its spear.
it's up and digging.
Meanwhile, let's see. Yeah, okay, so cool.
I can't even put it back in the flask because it's of this plane, right?
No, it's not from this plane.
Oh, then I can put it back.
Just starts poking at the ground and starts digging.
Diggy, diggy, oh.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm also helping with the digging.
I'm keeping a lookout.
Yeah,
Will
Rhiannon's
is just-
keeping a lookout.
Will just looks like he wants to keep going.
Yeah.
So does Biddy, but he's still gonna be on lookout.
Yeah, Rhiannon will be on lookout with Betty.
Should we just, I don't know, leave the digging crew?
I don't want to split anybody up.
I'm faster
Oh,
than
we
you
won't be
guys.
splitting
I'll
you,
catch
Nama.
up to you. Where are you going?
We will point in a direction where we're heading.
Okay, I'll catch up to you guys.
You sure?
It's a bad idea.
Splitting,
I'm
Splitting
faster
up
than
in
you guys
Avernus.
anyway.
You might be faster, but you're not smarter.
Maybe.
And you'll be less protected alone.
At this point, you hear a flapping noise.
Want a friend to come help us dig.
Looks around for the flapping.
Yeah.
yeah.
And nearby, let's see, where did I had it a second ago. Where? Oh, there it is. Never mind. And as you look around, you see that Scar has returned, and
Ah.
lands nearby, glancing over at Lunissa and the salamander and Urk. Kind of like flaps her tail a bit.
Can you help?
Why you? She kind of like looks at. You're trying to dig up what was it? I had the name a moment ago of that sort of vehicle. Sorry. Hate when that happens. You're trying to pull up a devil's ride? Whatever for?
They said if I get one, I can keep it.
We didn't.
Well,
No, not them, like everyone here. And I haven't found anyone with one yet, so I couldn't take it, so...
yeah. Well, it's doubtful there's any soul coins left on that thing.
But does it ride?
Not in its current state, it's stuck in the ground.
It's powered by soul coins, she points out.
Oh,
Kinda-
no.
God
Then
damn it.
Lunissa.
drop it now, Lunissa.
Stop. We're not helping. You wasted our time enough.
Yeah.
I heard that, I'm like, I kicked the thing. I kick it angrily. Then I look at the lizard and I'll go like, back in the flask, now. It needs to make a... where is it? It needs to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 17, and it has advantage because it has been trapped
Yep,
in the
and I
flask
just rolled a
before.
17
Oh.
on here, so yeah. So the salamander just kind of looks at you, shakes its head, and starts moving away.
Well, that was interesting.
It's running away?
Yep.
No. I start running after it, then I'm gonna grapple
Oh,
it
God.
and drag it back.
It's a flaming. The Scar's like watching you attempt to do this, and just
I'm
kind
gonna
of
stab
face
it.
palming.
She's not the brightest.
did you,
Is anyone gonna try attempt to stop Linissa from doing this?
God,
from
no.
chasing after a fire salamander?
From running off into hell, chasing a fire salamander? No!
I mean, it's her choice, so go for it.
Vanessa!
Like, no, Larissa, don't come back. Oh, I tried.
Bonus action shillelagh.
Oh, wait, what?
If I kill the salamander, she can't touch it.
Ah.
So, Linissa, you'll need to roll initiative.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Let's
She's
see.
a monk though. She can move very, very fast.
The fiery creature looks back behind at the winter eladrin, and just kind of makes another one of those fire and crackling sounds. That's some kind of speech. Let's see.
It isn't abyssal, right?
Nope, it's not abyssal.
Yeah, no comprende.
It's ignan.
Yeah, no, I don't understand it. Doesn't matter.
It moves there and attempts to whip you with its tail.
Moves where?
It moves within 10 feet of you because it's got a 10 feet reach on its tail.
we don't
Okay.
see it, so that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
That'll hit.
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. I thought that I had moved you guys onto the right map. My bad.
That'll hit. So that's a.
It's not grappling you though. It's just smacking you with its tail.
What's gonna help me?
Can I use my action to sigh?
Yes, you may.
You literally ran off into the distance. When the person we've been waiting for lands.
I'm gonna run up to it and I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna look at instant fire and I'm like, fuck it. You're not worth the effort. Just gonna walk away.
Wait, will it just
The
stand in
salamander-
an armed cross between the
The
between
salamander does not pursue you. The salamander goes off into the distance.
Good show, good show.
So you had a salamander in your flask.
No longer. I'll find something else to put in there.
Might I suggest something that's not as wise?
What do you mean wise?
Well, it was wise unto your tricks. It didn't want to go back in there.
I guess.
Out of character question, can you put anybody in that thing?
I think anything that is non-native to the plane we're on, if I'm not mistaken.
So technically, we're not native to the Nine Hells, so you could technically put any of us in the flask.
Yeah, wait.
Correct.
Command
say
word.
that.
Except for the imp.
Creature.
Oh no.
That's not
Yeah.
concerning at all, given your current mental state. That's
Yeah.
or
Uh,
Urk, if he gets a hold of it.
Yeah, target the creature you can see within 60 feet of you if the target is native to the plane a plane of existence other than the plane you're on. The target must make a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw, or be trapped.
Good to know.
Would Galen Cole be native?
We don't know what plane he's originally from.
We can try when we get to it.
Well, technically, yeah. I mean, good idea. He's probably.
I mean,
very
that would be
wise,
what.
though.
Yeah, but that would be one way to deal with
Yeah,
threat.
for real. Didn't even think
Trap
about
him in a flask.
that. Holy shit. That's a good idea.
Scar just kind of still face palming.
Alright, do you have a job for us?
Yes, yes. So it's a good thing we're here at this point. Ever since Boulder's Gate got dragged in, well, partly, kind of glances back towards the still floating bit of land, overshadowed by, which also has that weird orb above it. Ever since that got here, things have been slowly changing, at least in Mother's mind. She sees it as a chance to finally come out on top here, to finally break through her imprisonment and regain her control over this land. And in order to do that, we are to find some way of getting rid of Zerial.
Rhiannon kind of grabs Lulu and just kind of keeps her quiet.
Well, as long as she's not in this plane of existence, that counts, I imagine.
Exactly. Whatever means necessary. Once that seat is taken, she will place one of her people, thankfully not me. I would rather not stay here for, well, forever, in the position of warlord of this plane. Of this layer of hell, while she moves on to the true prize.
Which is?
Full control of the nine hells, of course. But, as I said, to do that, first I have to get rid of Ozymandias' right hand, or left hand, depending on how you want to see it. His the one he has in charge here of the battlefields.
This is a very steep price for us to get teleportation to.
Scar just kind of holds up a hand. That is my charge, and this is what I'm saying is that we should do. Besides, I think that if we do this, Mother will be agreeable to snapping the chains and letting Boulder's Gate return to where it's supposed to be. That's why you're really here, isn't it?
Besides, think of it this way. We want to get the angel back to herself. She'd go back to the celestial planes, wouldn't she? That would be something to go anyways.
Lulu just kind
Needing Lulu.
Lulu makes a happy, a little happy, worried. You know that little happy, worried sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes that sound. And just kind of wraps her trunk around Rhiannon's neck.
Alright. So, what do we need to do?
That is the question, but since you seem to have some sort of plan concerning her, I think I will like this. Our goals actually align.
I assumed they did at least. That was my reading into the scenario.
As long as you do not interfere with Mother's plans, all will be well.
Well, right now I don't care, but
I'm curious, Scar, just because I want to make sure I am as thorough as possible, and I don't want to anger Mother. What are the entirety of your mother's plans?
The ones that she shared with me deal with setting up Arcan as the new de facto ruler of Avernus, after we get rid of Zerial, of course. And from there, she will be able to start her campaign on taking over all of the Nine Hells.
Could
Archon.
Yeah. Could Rhiannon do some sort of a history check to see if she's heard of Archon?
Sure.
Just for critical role players.
Yeah, this
Just 'cause
book.
I'm a nerd.
This book also completely and defectively links the fact that the Critical Role campaign is canon in the world in the Wizards of the Coast universe, considering Archon and all of his features. Yeah. She's heard rumors about someone called Archon, Archon the Cruel, that's apparently wandered into various worlds of the material plane, but has not been seen. She hasn't really been seen too much in Faerun. You kind of like this is one of those anecdotes that you've read about, possibly even in Loggrass Library because you've spent a little time there. And you know that he is a paladin of I think it's a paladin of conquest actually, who works basically someone who's devoted to Tiamat and her plans. So he apparently is serving her will here in the Nine Hells. Although supposedly he isn't dead. He's still some kind of mortal because he said has got some kind of weird curse. Is one of the rumors. In fact, you seem to remember, Rhiannon, one of your conversations with Lograth off the when everyone else was busy with something else in character. When you questioned him probably about Vecna at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that's probably where the subject of Archon the Cruel showed up. He said, "From what I understand, Archon the Cruel was on some distant world in the material plane and acquired a rather curious artifact to deal with Vecna, something referred to often as the Hand of Vecna. Quite curious, but of course it is a cursed object. And I imagine that's why he's somewhere in the Nine Hells." He mentioned that probably some time ago when you were chatting with him.
Yeah, because she asked about Vecna a long time ago.
Yeah, and imagine that's one of those conversations that you and he had off screen.
Okay.
But he would have mentioned that he acquired it at some point on some distant world.
Yay! My nerdy dreams have come true. I've connected a critical role. Just kidding. Okay. Let's see.
Well, the book connects it.
Yeah, this is true. But now it's on our campaign.
Nerd.
Rhiannon's thinking. She's making notes in the book in her journal, and she's thinking and looking at Gamil, and she's contemplating something, but he's just like, Archon has a really bad artifact on him too, cursed item, Hand of Vecna.
She nods.
You know,
Yeah, that disease thing is, well, if he does become the new leader here in Avernus, it shouldn't trouble him fully anymore. At least I hope not. And if something bad does happen to him, well, Mother does have some other people that she can use to rule on this plane.
Oh.
Not me, thankfully. I'm heading back home as soon as I'm done here. And she kind of grumbles a little. I really have no interest in sticking around this blasted landscape, but she does have a few others she could trust with that duty.
Curious. Mother enjoys this realm, correct?
Not exactly. She was imprisoned here. She wouldn't mind taking a material world for herself and staging things from there, but besides that, taking over this place will be quite enjoyable for her.
She just kind of nods. Alright.
Don't interfere with her plans, and we won't be enemies. And Scar just kind of like smiles at Rhiannon.
I promise I will not interfere with any of her plans.
Good.
She smiles.
As long as they don't interfere with mine.
Will mumbles, I promise nothing.
Then again, to be fair, I don't really necessarily have any plans.
She said Rhiannon said what she did very specifically. For raisins.
Oh,
Has anybody
raisins.
else noticed?
For raisins.
What's wrong, Eric? Or Jesse?
Has anybody else noticed that Galman's getting a little bit more crazier today?
He's always crazy.
That's Galma.
I know, but like, he's a lot more crazier though.
We're in the 9 house. Of course, he's a lot more crazy.
Interesting.
He's sightseeing. He's
You
like
know
a
how
tourist.
tempted I was to just cause more chaos, but I'm like, no, that would be painful at the moment.
You've already created a pyramid in the middle of Avernus Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of character, I know what's fucking in that.
I know
By the
that's
way.
true.
Something
Fine.
we're gonna have to deal with.
No, I'm sure the devil's
We are probably gonna have to deal with it.
Imagine,
Go ahead.
imagine if we get Baldur's Gate back into where it's supposed to be, and it's like, huh, this pyramid didn't used to be here.
Not in the side of the graveyard anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
Here's
no.
the
Well, it's in a fitting place.
remember,
Yes,
them
it
demons
is.
and devils, or they heard the pyramid, so they're gonna go investigate.
Oh my god, Tobias. Oh shit, I didn't even think about that. So
What?
if we succeed in our mission and Tiamat or us break the chains, that's gonna go up into the material plane.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we deal with it.
Shouldn't
Sure.
we deal with it now instead of later, though?
What? You want to go in there and then have
Down
devils,
here!
and then when devils come back in behind us? No, I don't want to be trapped between what's ever in there and devils.
It's best to let the devils and demons.
Oh yeah, we can hope.
Well, I mean, hey, to be fair, how well do mummies do against fire? Not very well, actually.
Good
The
point.
mummy lord.
Yes.
Do you know that in
There's also a lot of
character?
devils in
No, I'm saying out of character! I know out of character what is it!
Yeah, what was in there? Yeah, we'll just know see some of the pyramid.
Yeah. Oh fucking
He's
hell.
like, oh, vacation home.
He might
Oh god.
actually try to clear out, make it a vacation home. It's fine. We'll turn it into a casino.
Oh,
The Luxor? Got it.
oh, no, you're gonna call it the pyramid scheme.
I love it.
The final resting place.
Oh fuck. hell.
Yes.
So yes,
Anyway.
you've had enough chaos, okay? Beth will have some.
Need
Oh
to
my
balance it out between Will and Gamel.
Scar just kind of like looks back and forth between the group of you, and lets out a long sigh.
Sorry.
No,
So-
I am not used to such chaotic things.
Well, unfortunate. Chaos is fun.
Yes, that's what the demons think. And she rolls her eyes.
I could show you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, no.
Yeah, no.
We do not need another pyramid.
Who says it's gonna be a pyramid? That's the first one I summoned.
It's a chance.
It is. And
How
he walks over
about-
to the hole that Lunisa made.
No. Yeah, well.
Will takes us
How
up.
about we just go do
Oh,
what we're
here we
supposed to do?
go.
Shall we see what happens?
Oh boy, here comes another time to.
Can we not?
Rhiannon grabs the imp in Lulu and is ready to run just in time.
Yeah, Biddy's ready to run too.
The imp lets out a small squeak and then suddenly realizes that you apparently like it because you're holding on to it, and then it settles down.
It's a
Will
familiar.
Will is just walking away slowly.
You might want to back up.
Okay.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
Sky watches.
The little.
Swear to God, if it's another pyramid, I'm going to say I told you so.
If it's another pyramid, I'm gonna laugh. Maniacally.
Roll the 1d100 if you're doing this.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Rhiannon can step in the wind. Will and Biddy are tiny. If y'all need a want to piggyback hop on Rhiannon.
Getting my
Alright.
weapons ready.
And
I'll take
somehow
that deal.
I am the cause of chaos in this campaign.
That is.
What is this?
This is
That's
the
a
same roll.
It's a pyramid.
I told you
Oh my
so!
god! Step in the wind, Rhiannon's hauling ass.
I told you so!
Grabs Will and the imp and Lulu.
Right 100 feet off because fuck you, Phantom Steed.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah. Rhiannon.
Why are you building pyramids?
As Rhiannon's running, Biddy's just yelling, I called it!
Well, that's no fun. Maybe I should do it again then.
Yeah, after you water it, the ground begins to shake. As you guys run away, in the distance, behind you, over your shoulder, you see that yet another pyramid has suddenly burst forth from the ground. Scar is flying up above it, following you guys, and looks astonished.
What? One wasn't enough. You needed a chain.
Yes. Wish to more.
No! It's probably gonna be another bloody pyramid!
Good.
Rathel,
Up to you. Do you plant another one, or do you just let it go at this point?
oh my god.
For now, we will save them. I have 7 more now.
7?
Yes.
Well, Will has one of them.
Wait, what?
Hmm.
How'd you get one?
I was giving it.
Oh, Atlanta. Oh god, I'm glad I'm playing Rhiannon right now. Okay.
Because Phaedra would have to interfere on all this.
Yep.
What?
Don't feel like
She would-
fighting a mummy lord right now.
She would put out a bean ban.
What?
A bean ban?
No,
A ban
she
on
would,
beans?
she would say that we've created an extra problem in here, and we would need to go and make sure that it was safe
What?
before leaving it.
Oh yeah, let's clean up hell.
Yeah! Yes, the local good dwarf! Yeah, let's clean up hell! That's exactly what you want
Screw
to do.
hell. Hell can go to hell.
It's just the way she would be. She would want to try to make it a little bit better.
Hell can go to hell.
I
love
made
it.
it better
Yep.
by adding 2 pyramids now.
Well, one pyramid to the Nine Hells and another pyramid to Baldur's Gate, which is currently in the Nine Hells.
Well, too.
Question, either Gris or Fluffy. Does the pyramid comes with its, the Mummy Lord? Does it come with its lair?
It comes with a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
It's nearly as fun as the Tower Full of Monsters that you get from the Deck of Many Things.
Does it like change the environment around it?
No, but things do exist inside that pyramid that can come out.
Oh boy.
So this is gonna be interesting.
Picture, like, again, a mummy lord like appears like, where'd my pyramid move to? He, like, walks out. Why is there fire everywhere? What the fuck?
Oh god. Oh,
That'd
man.
be fun.
It's a very, very, not angry, but just like annoyed mummy lord.
Yeah.
Yep. And on that note, we will be back. We'll be back shortly. Time for a quick bathroom break.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go make a sandwich. God damn it! Now we gotta deal with 2 mummy lords.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
We have to deal with one.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
No, it's fine.
Nah.
Yeah, we do.
Baldur's Gate is
Try
not
to-
about... When we
Recreated.
get Baldur's Gate back to the material plane, Biddy will be wanting to clean that mess up.
We'll leave that to another
Yeah.
adventuring party. They have to have someone to fight as well. We don't have to do everything along the Sword Coast.
You want to clear it up? Well, if enough explosives, we can clear the pyramid.
Oh
we are
boy.
not
Oh my
using
God.
explosives.
There could be a lot of treasure in there too.
Exactly.
And
Not
if we
worth
blow
it.
it all up, it'll go everywhere.
Oh.
I'd
Riches
rather the
for
treasure be
everyone.
easy to collect and not scattered everywhere.
But we're just scattering it to Baldur's Gate, and then all Baldur's Gate gets richer. Don't you like Baldur's Gate, Biddy?
What is our plan now? Are we finally going to keep walking?
We keep getting stopped, and that keeps giving Gamma chances for chaos, and that's not a
Yeah,
good part.
yeah.
Gamma was tempted to plant one in that place, but he's like, no.
Well, technically, you wouldn't be breaking any of the laws. They never said anything about spawning a pyramid.
They said no magic of any kind.
Really? I thought they only said no spells.
Uh, is that really not a spell? I don't know.
No, it's not a spell. It's a magical bean. It's part of a healthy breakfast.
Sell it to one of the shops saying it does something different, and then tell them if you plant it, it gives them like soul coins.
Oh my
Oh yeah.
god. Fuck hell. Yeah, there you go.
You should have done that.
I should have.
Say that we could summon a bunch of chances to obtain soul coinses. Coinses? What? Bunch of soul coins. So that means you could get more than just one item, you know? No? Okay. Why is it so quiet all of a sudden? Hello? Did my internet crash?
I think everyone's went to get something to drink.
For a second. It was like super quiet just after people were talking, and I'm like, oh, fuck, did my internet crash or some shit? Even though that this is some really decent fucking internet. Way more decent than the fucking internet that
I am back.
welcome back.
How's it going?
Decent.
That's good. Decent is good.
I mean, I'm alive, so can't complain about that.
That's good. How's things going in Animal Crossing?
It's been about 3 days since I've actually played it, not gonna lie.
That happens.
But I do plan on getting back to it at some point, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm slowly working on my town. At some point, I need to find the recipe for creating cobblestone paths or something like that, so I can start doing my path building thing. 'Cause I do that all the time in Minecraft. I'll start building pathways to places.
Hmm. Dungeons, because I thought, why the fuck not? So
How is it?
it's actually not that bad. It's a little bit repetitive, I'm not gonna lie. It's quite repetitive, but so is Diablo and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
It's basically just Diablo, but you know when you do the season stuff
Season stuff.
in Diablo 3,
It's been a
where
while.
you do
It's been years since I played Diablo 3.
yeah, well, in the season pass thing, you just do what you want to call it? What is it called? Bounties. You just go around
Yeah, I've
doing
never done
bounties
that.
and shit.
I've just played. I just basically played the story through.
Well, actually, no, it's adventure mode. Basically, you could go anywhere and you do bounties and shit. And when you've finished a bounty or whatever the fuck you want to call it, you get items for it, and it's basically just the same shit as that. There's
So,
not really. I mean, there's a story behind it and all that, of course, but
same as everything else. Okay.
like it says, it's a dungeon crawler. You select a dungeon, then you go finish the dungeon, and that's about it.
Yeah. And I love Fluffy's chaos.
I think Chaos is putting it down a little bit too nicely.
Well, he does have the traveler whispering in his ear.
Oh yeah, true, true.
No, that I nearly lost it when he actually rolled a 98 again. That was hysterical.
I blame Rick for that.
Hey, I was just guessing and predicting practically, but you know.
You do that often.
I'll be able to.
No, I get the opposite result of what I say.
Only when it applies to yourself. Or to an enemy. But when it comes to shenanigans,
Uh,
hey, welcome back, Jesse.
I mean, I was just switching over to my phone so I could go outside and have a cigarette. It's fucking great up here. It's a very long drop, and I'd love to hang off the balcony.
That sounds dangerous.
Why do you think that I haven't actually done it? Like I said, I'd love to like hop over this little rail here and sit off the edge here that's there. But it's going downwards, and if I wasn't careful enough, I'd probably slide and probably fall to my fucking death.
Dumb ways to die.
Hey, there's no trains here.
Hmm.
Can you guys hear those noises?
Yes.
Birds?
I'm sorry. Yeah. You want to know what they're called? Well, what the people in Cairns call them?
Cunts.
No, those are ibises. We also call those bin chickens. Anyway, the birds that you can hear are called Satan birds.
Fitting.
Yeah. And they only come out at nighttime, as I've seen. But they're so cute. You'll end up seeing them if you look at the live streams that I ended up posting. They've got like really thick bodies, a very tiny head, and super long and skinny fucking legs.
Mm.
And they're pretty chill as well, not gonna lie. Like, fucking, you could get super close to them without them freaking out and shit. I basically almost fed one of them that was super close to me. But yeah. Kinda happy that I came to Cairns. I lost my virginity. Not gonna lie, it was kind of underwhelming. If that makes any sense. But yeah, the only reason why they scream like that or squawk or whatever the fuck you want to say is because they're getting attacked by another one of their species.
Do you know why?
Possibly because they want the food more or some shit. Or whatever the fuck they find. And then the way that they attack each other is kind of weird. They grab onto their wings and they never let go. Well, one of their wings, and they just run around trying to get away and shit. They're almost like nighttime seagulls. They'll just flock to anything that represents food. Yeah, it's a big fucking city. Definitely way more better than the city that I'm currently living at, aka Bundaberg. Oh, and everywhere that you turn is a fucking cop.
I'm back, by the way.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Shuttle. How you going? What kind of sandwich did you make?
BLT with avocado.
You had time to make bacon?
Microwave, yeah.
Yeah, you can do that
Oh.
in 3 minutes.
I guess. I guess you can do that. Put it in some alfoil, put it in the microwave. Bam.
You just put it between two paper towels. I put an extra one to get extra grease, and then put it in. It takes about 6 minutes to get it nice and crispy. So, yeah.
So none of you are gonna comment that I said alfoil?
Was that is that tin foil?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
That might go poorly.
I did it once, but I made sure that the microwave was outside, and I put a full roll of aluminium foil in there.
Wow.
I've only done it once by accident. I was reheating a taco from Taco Bell, and I didn't realize it had like a foil lining to it. I was probably in grade school at the time.
Yeah, I think I did something like that in grade school as well, and immediately noticed that there was a sound coming from the microwave, and immediately hit the microwave off button.
Yeah,
And-
my taco was sparkling.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
like-
think I melted plastic in the microwave once when I was young. So
I've done it plenty of times where it said that it was a microwave safe bowl, but it wasn't microwave
Yep.
safe. It was fucking fucking what you want to call it, false advertising.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'll be back when I can.
Is everyone back, or are we still missing someone?
Well, I think we just lost Jesse.
Yeah,
we
we're
just
now
lost
waiting
Jesse.
for Jesse.
He's
Okay.
back.
I think.
Yep.
I think we are now here. Yeah.
Jesse?
He is not making any noise, but his thing's lighting up.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
There it is.
Uh-oh. Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, there we go.
Alrighty.
Okay, sweet. Everyone's back. Oh, God. The pyramid tipped on its side.
Would still be a pyramid.
Yes. Why did my picture posts never show up as anything other than the link? Oh, that sucks.
Alcohol.
Anyway, if you guys are all back, we can continue.
Wait.
So you're hanging out with Scar now.
God.
Yep. And you're still heading for Fort Knucklebone.
Let's stop otherwise.
She kind of looks at the rest of you. I think I'll do a bit of a fly around, see what I can see, while you guys make your way to the fort. Don't worry, I'll be keeping an eye on you from things that might decide to swoop down at you. And if things look really dicey, maybe I'll come help. And she flies up and away.
Up and away.
Yeah.
Because mine lasts, because the spell lasts an hour and I can ritual cast it, can I technically, since I'm sitting on the back of this thing, use my book and ritual cast to maintain this Phantom Steed?
Sure. But it's like, I think at this point, oh no, that's right. It'll still take two more hours to get to the fort at normal pace.
He's keeping pace with everybody else, but he just
Yeah.
doesn't want to walk.
So yeah, I'll allow that because it makes sense in this instance. With with her flying around up there, she's like basically keeping things off your back and keeping watch from afar at the moment. So she's your current watchtower as you're approaching the fort. But eventually, the group of you make it. A fortified compound sits atop a low plateau that rises out of a crater-pocked landscape. At the center of the compound is a hill of rust-colored stone that resembles a hand clawing out of the ground, with gaps between the fingers. A jagged wall made of rock, bones, and metal debris surrounds this hard-shaped hill. Other highlights visible from this distance include a gatehouse, atop which stands a half-dozen small figures on watch.
He was going to extend the wings out of his back so that way they're visible.
Okay.
Might help with not being attacked immediately. We'll find out. What's the plan?
I have trouble remembering. Were the people here okay with us getting in and just looking around, or should we blast open the wall?
What exactly are we gonna do?
We need to try to get the sword.
Are we gonna try and kill people for it, or are we gonna negotiate for it?
We could try the negotiation route first.
That might involve somebody signing a contract.
I mean, if it does, then I guess we go to the violent route.
From this distance, how far away are we from the fort right now?
You're less than a mile. You're approaching it.
Okay. Is there anywhere to gain some cover closer by so we can get a better look at the type of people that are inside?
Can you repeat that, please?
As we move forward, is there anywhere we could get some sort of cover so we can hide for a second to get a better look at what kind of people we're dealing with? Like what race they are?
At this point, by the time that you can actually see that there are people up there, it's likely there's a good chance they've already seen you. There are obstructions throughout the landscape, of course. There are, piles of debris in various places, along with a gatehouse as you're approaching. But you don't see anything particular that would have stopped you from being seen. And since you've already seen figures in the distance, there's a good chance, again, they probably have seen you.
I'm in a wasteland, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question: this storm that was above Avernus,
That was above. Technically, as you walked away from, got away from Baldur's Gate, you realized that it was actually more above Baldur's Gate.
so okay, so it's just above over there. It's not reaching out this
Right.
way.
It seems to be coming from that weird orb that's above it. That looked
Alright.
like a moon or something like that, but the farther away you've gotten from Baldur's Gate, the more you realize that no, that's not part of Avernus's landscape. It's actually part of Baldur's Gate for some reason.
That's no moon.
Correct.
Got it.
And in fact, when you got back to Faerun, one of the bits of news that you read was something to do with an object that a nearby city to Baldur's Gate had apparently lost. Something that's usually in their skyline. That went missing. It turned out that it was replaced with an illusion for a while that they only recently realized was an illusion. And having heard the description, you kind of put that together with the thing that's sitting over Baldur's Gate. That whatever that little city lost is currently here in Avernus above Baldur's Gate.
How about we go in, see what people are there? It's a city and not a fortress, right? Or is it a fortress?
It's a fort.
It's a
Go
fort.
Knucklebone.
Fort Knucklebone.
Yeah, I don't think they will like us going in there.
Everyone likes me.
You can always try.
Yeah, maybe we can stay the night, sneak in, grab it, and leave.
I mean, they already know we're here, so might as well try to be diplomatic about it.
Instead of being suspicious.
I'll always be suspicious.
Why not both?
Exactly.
I mean, I'm
You can be
fine with.
diplomatic and suspicious.
I mean, it would be best not to fight the whole base.
Mm-hmm. That's why we tried diplomacy first.
Go on then with your diplomacy.
So as you
We're going to see.
sorry, what you said?
We're going to see this lady, right?
That's who ultimately that's who Lulu's looking for.
Yeah, but is that the person that's in here? Or
You
do we
have
not
no
know?
idea. You don't know anything. All you know is that Lulu suggested going to Fort Knucklebone.
Yeah. I also know that if she's an angel, she shouldn't be native to this plane.
Oh God.
Oh no, God.
Although that's something to do with a religion check on. Do a religion check for me, please.
I mean, ain't.
Chat. Religion check.
Okay.
Religion
I mean,
check.
it's kind of corrupted by this place, so that might mess up the.
I mean, sure, but
Religion.
angels.
Lunissa.
Oh,
Religion
sure,
check, please.
yeah.
Thank you.
I'm making it.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
no, I thought
yes.
you were still just arguing. Never mind. You're thinking about that, and you're thinking, well, she's an angel. She should go in there. But then you realize that technically, no, she's considered a devil, not an angel now. And the devil is considered native to the Nine Hells. So if you have an object that
Yes.
affects things that doesn't affect things that are native to a particular plane, then it won't affect her either. It will
Okay.
affect Lulu, however,
right.
because she's definitely not native.
Yeah, but she's not worth the flask, so like, she can't do anything. So why would I put her in a flask? Like,
Right.
Oh, Lulu.
Yeah. So, uh, so where are you guys approaching? Or are you guys staying away? What is your game plan here?
I would like to have a long rest. I'm gonna put that out there.
Well, that's a waste of time, really.
Mm-hmm. And also a bit dangerous.
Do we not have time though?
Do you really want to spend more time in hell?
Yes.
Do you really want? God.
Time is speeding up. We need to make sure that. Sorry, I've been quiet this time because I've been finishing my lunch. Time is speeding up. We need to make sure that we get this taken care of as soon as possible.
And I just want to get out of here.
We also know there's something nefarious about just staying the night here from the last group that came.
We have a list of things to do. And that is basically break the chains. How do we break the chains? Oh yes, we need a sword. A sword?
How do we
Get
get
a
this
sword.
out? We need to be here for some.
Can we take a short rest so I can roll some hit die?
Maybe you shouldn't have attacked his son.
We have an hour, Gamel. Don't
I feel like it was. No, that's your.
Passive
worry
perception for
about.
both Melissa and Will. Notice that the 6 figures on top of the gatehouse are now all watching you from a distance.
And also, I don't think they would like us resting just outside.
What is it?
Can I tell what people are up there?
Roll percent. Well, actually, yeah. In this case, roll an extra perception check.
Alright.
You know, they look a lot like gnomes, except that they're dressed in red, and don't appear to have beards. But they do look a lot like weird gnomes. And they're gazing down at you. And one goes, "Hey! What's the password?"
What language is this saying this in?
Saying it in common.
Password.
Gnomes in the hells. What would Will know about this?
Roll a religion check. Everything can go to hell, therefore it's highly possible there's gnomes in hell. And, but of course if they died first before going to hell, they're usually changed into something else. So if these are
Yeah.
really gnomes, then they came to the Nine Hells as mortals, and are still here. Another one of the creatures up there starts laughing after the other one asked about the password and says, No, we got no passwords! But
how up are they exactly on this wall?
let's see. Let's see if there's actually a stat block for the guard tower here, or if I just make
Oh,
something
boy.
up.
That way I can see if I can jump up there and beat them in the face.
I also wanted to know the distance for a different reason entirely.
I think it's about 50 feet up, so they can hear you and they can see
Yeah,
you.
but how far away are we?
Yeah, no.
You're
50
close
feet
enough.
I
You're
can't
close enough for you guys to hear each other.
Darn.
Another
Right.
another one of the people up there kind of points out and says, "Hey, yeah, well, we'll let you in if you stand on your head for a few minutes."
Is that a contract?
Could I?
We're here to
Okay,
see
uh,
Joka and Clonk.
I'll make
Little
a
whisper.
Grizz. Can I make an insight check on that one?
Go for it. It seems like this is the way to get into the fort. You're doing whatever they tell you to.
Grizz, did you hear Shuttle?
I heard they heard shuttle. They have not responded to that. Another one says, "No. How about you give us something to let you in?"
Why did you come down and I give it to you?
Nah. You just gotta leave it in front of the door. What are you offering us?
I have 2 demon daggers.
What kind of
I
daggers?
put them in front of.
Eh.
Just daggers that I bought here.
Nah, those aren't demon daggers. Ugh, those won't
I mean, they
do
are.
anything damaging to
They
a
are
demon.
from here, so they are.
What the? Another one yells at you. What the fuck? This isn't a demon place. You're demon lovers. And you suddenly hear crossbows getting knocked back.
Okay, devil dagger. Then I don't know the difference. They're all the same.
There's a lot of difference, pal.
Rhiannon steps up, arms up.
She's an idiot.
Hey, to me.
The little men in the red clothes look towards you.
Pulls out a flask. How about one of these?
They seem to be conspiring about something, and then then they break out laughing, and they seem to be having a big laugh, and they're just laughing, and the gate just suddenly starts opening, and then one of them says, "No, it's all good. We don't need anything. Come on in." They hear them whispering to each other.
Yes.
I whisper.
Do I hear the yes?
I don't know. Do they hear this?
Do I hear
You
the
don't
yes?
know. Well, if they're standing right next to Biddy, then you would.
Yeah. She said it pretty low. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. I with like
You're-
27 passive perception would have noticed that.
Rhiannon puts the flask back in, walks through.
Alright. The area enclosed by the rampart, which is past the gate, is littered with trash and mechanical parts. Some are put together in ways that resemble vehicles, not unlike the one that Lunissa attempted to dig up.
Oh, I just realized who those fuckers are.
Ramshackle
Sorry.
structures built from the same junk as the outer wall provide shelter. From this side, you can see that there's a platoon of small fey creatures milling about, all looking like feral gnomes. And several of them, especially like the ones that you saw at the gate, are sporting tall red caps, some of which drip with a vile ichor.
Wills, are those friends of yours?
Lunissa and Galmil would instantly recognize them now that you're this close and realize,
great.
oh shit, those are red caps.
Yeah.
Oh, these guys are cute.
A pair of Kenku examine one of the strange vehicles, chattering to each other in high-pitched squawks. These Kenku appear to carry an assortment of strange tools. When they see you, though, they stare in wonder. And they seem to be looking right at Lulu.
Yep. Rhiannon's going with Lulu right over to the bird people.
And one of the Kenku is actually waving at you even as you're doing that. It's like, who, what? And you hear a voice, saying, "What a deal! Patience is a virtue! Can't keep the boss waiting!" And he's running off, and seems to be running off into the trash pile. However, moments later, he returns, leading a tall creature wearing a long, tattered shift that's covered in mud, mold, and worse. It's a hag, whose eyes seem to move independently of each other as she approaches, her straggly brown hair hanging in front of them. Resting on each shoulder are red-eyed ravens that scrutinize your group. Behind her, a hulking creature built of disparate fiendish parts trudges, moaning and hopping as it walks. Then both of the hag's eyes focus keenly on your group, and on Lulu specifically. "My goodness," the hag croaks, spittle dribbling from her mouth. "Where did you find such a treasure?"
Rhiannon is processing. She does not do well with hags, given what happened previously in the Feywild.
In the neighborhood.
Yes.
Would Will know what type of hag this is?
Well, Gamble, because he's dealt with hags.
Let's see,
Yeah.
Gemmel and Will, yeah, definitely. Let a roll. You probably recognize her as a night hag, considering this is the Nine Hells.
Oh,
Oh, good.
that's not a visitor of the Fae.
Lulu? Do you know who this is? You told us to come here for these people, but I don't know.
I don't think she's looking for a hag.
Hey, we're looking for a sword.
Ugh, that again.
Yes.
Well, come on. Let's go talk.
Do you know where the sword is?
All in good time, my dear. All in good time.
Does
That
the
wasn't
hag go
really an
off into the
answer.
pile?
The,
Yeah,
the, the hag starts walking into the pile, followed by the strange being. And yes, you may roll an insight check.
Everybody, don't eat anything.
Can I make an
No.
Yes,
insight check?
make an
Why
insight
would
check.
I?
You never eat anything from a hag.
No, of course not. Why would you? Only an idiot would do that.
She seems to be
Correct.
telling the truth here.
She seems friendly. I walk in.
Um,
Correct.
We'll walk in afterwards.
Brandon walks in.
So she settles herself down on what would probably be the equivalent of a beanbag chair anywhere else, but here it looks like some sort of creature that was taken apart, emptied of everything, put some sort of squishy stuff back inside of it, and then sewed up again. And she's using it as a chair. It's whatever type of creature it was. It's really hard to tell. She's sitting down on it, and the weird creature that looks to be a mishmash of fiendish parts. She kind of waves over and says, "Why don't you make us some tea, Mickey?" And the creature just kind of grunts and starts gathering stuff together. "Ah, little Lulu. It is a pleasure to see you, little thing, again."
It seems to know him.
Yeah, let's go if Lulu wants to go to her, she'll let her.
Lulu's still kind of looking nervous and just stays close to Rhiannon.
I'm just gonna go. Where's the sword? That's why we came in here.
She kind of looks at you. "Sit down. You're being rude." And she
Ah,
gestures
not this
towards.
again.
She gestures towards what appears to be these little stools that seem to be made of skulls of undefinable creatures, but they're large enough to fit you, so they're probably not from humanoids, unless they're from small giants or something like that.
I'm gonna buck down next to the chair and poke it, and I'm gonna go "Fine work here, but I'm good."
I've been sitting this entire time. I'm a little anxious.
The best way to find the sword, dearies, is to unlock this little one's memories. I think that she might have taken a dip in the Styx at some point. She seems lost. And Lulu kind of trumpets and says, "Oh, that could explain a few things. What do you think, Rhiannon? Do you think that's true? Do you think I got stuck in the Styx?"
I hope not. I don't know. Maybe? I don't know.
Wasn't
Oh,
that
yes,
the place where all
dear,
people tried to go?
It's that does bad things to memories of a lot of different creatures.
That's what happened to my patron.
Oh, really, dear? Who is your patron?
The Dark Prince. Fuck it.
She thinks for a moment, and the imp just kind of whispers.
Actually, no. Brianna doesn't call her the Dark Prince. Fuck that. Lograth. She has no reason. Yeah, she has no reason to. Yeah, she's already bound herself to him. Lograth.
You're on a
Yeah.
first name basis.
Yeah. He knows where she is.
The night hag looks at Rihanna and just kind of nods a bit, and then glances at Mickey. "Ah, yes, Lograth. Dear boy, dear creature. He very much likes dealing with a whole lot of interesting things and is willing to buy. So,
Bye.
buy soul coins and the like. I don't know what he does with them, but he has been known to pick them up." The
Yeah, I
imp kind
wouldn't
of
put
looks
it
at
past
Rhiannon
him.
and nods and whispers at Rhiannon again. It's like, "Yeah, he also buys contracts. That's how a lot of us got out of the hells. And now I'm back in here again." Kind of rebels.
Well, I'm sorry about that. I can't make it.
So, lady, you don't know where the sword is then?
And she gestures at Lulu. She would know. She
Oh,
would know, dearie. But
and
her
how would you
memories
fix her?
won't work.
How would you fix her memory?
Well, I would need to gather, or perhaps with your help, gather supplies to create a memory unlocking charm.
Alright.
Memory unlocking charm.
Yes.
Okay, what do you need?
That is a good question. What do I need?
Pulls out tome, starts making notes.
Trying to see if there's an actual list of supplies here, or if it's just Maggie sends them off to do blah blah blah. Because so they don't always put the two together, and I don't always remember even after reading it.
What? You're not? I expect you to memorize all 200 fucking pages of that book, right?
Yeah, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
I can't believe this. What the fuck?
How dare? You're good, hun. It's a lot of information.
Well, it will take me a little bit of time to gather together a few things. See, as long as you're here, why don't you help out some of my gang? If you help them out, it'll be what you owe me, okay?
Choka and Clunk?
Oh, there's far more than just them.
Oh, you mean the hilarious people at the gates?
Yeah,
Oh, them too. But all of my gang, and she even gestures at Mickey. Even dear Mickey here could probably have something that needs doing. And I got some more imps. I've got a few imps hanging around. Ugh, they always need help. And the imp on Rihanna's shoulders goes, "Hey, we're not always in need of help." And of course there's Barnabas, and there's there's Barnabas, there's Pins, there's Mickey, there's Chunka, there's Clunk. And she names off a few other names. And of course there's the Madcaps, but I don't even think that they have names. They're just my Madcaps.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
This memory unlocking charm, is it like... First off, does it only affect those memories lost from the River Styx?
I imagine it would help with any memories. But of course, some memories can be regained easily with restoration spells. No, with the River Styx, it is very special, and a memory charm will be needed.
Yes.
If it's a matter of being, is the Styx memory loss considered something like a curse, or?
Oh, something far, far worse. It's basically a form of soul rending. After all, it's considered that souls contain the memory.
I look to Rhiannon. If I had a precious diamond, I could try to do something.
Oh.
But I don't.
I mean, we have a little bit of coin. How big
Yeah,
of a diamond?
sure. Well, something. I don't know the value of gems these days. Valuable. Has to be a diamond, though.
Well, I mean, we have a little bit of coin. If we can afford, I mean, yeah, that's what the Fader gave us the money for.
How many?
Yes, because they sell diamond around here.
I mean, I don't know.
It's the imp.
Don't sass me, Will.
I sass everyone.
I'm just saying we have money.
No one is unsassable.
Remember,
Hmm.
the imp said he would be a traitor in that sense.
That's true. So if we need to get him to go get a diamond, we could do that.
Yes.
Then
How many
that would
uses
probably be a
of
good
charm?
idea before we go and help people that. And I look at the hag. I'd rather not help.
Oh,
Well, that's just a personal opinion.
like me, little one?
Oh, well, yes. Let's just say I have a bad disposition towards you. Yes.
She kind of tilts her chin back. Do the rest of you think the same?
I think you're interesting.
I want to help regain memories that have been lost.
Yes.
Well, I can try. If I don't succeed, then I guess we'll have no choice but to assist yet another being with,
Dubious creature.
yes, dubious creatures.
Rhiannon's been writing in her book this entire time. She's going to, How close is Gamel to Rhiannon right now?
They're right next to her, more likely.
Yeah. She's gonna just give Gamel a little nudge.
Looks over.
Looks down at the book.
Mm.
On the page it says, Lograth lost his memory from the River Styx.
Nuts. How many uses is that
Yeah.
charm for?
Well, it's a bit of a ritual. I will know more. I'll have more information to give once it's finished.
Yeah.
Rhiannon's gonna insight this. Well, Lunisa already did with a 23. Actually, never. You incited the hag, right?
I mean, I incited the fact that we were going inside. She might be lying to us at this
Okay,
point.
yeah. She's going to insight whether this this ritual she's talking about, this charm, will actually do something to help restore memories from the River Styx, or it's going to do something else.
All right.
Will is going to insight whether or not she's just trying to make us do her dirty work and not help us at all.
Yeah. I don't trust this at all.
Well, you can definitely tell that she will. She's going to help you. She definitely wants this charm to succeed. And Rhiannon, you basically get about the same. That she this definitely would like to get this charm to succeed.
Yeah. She don't trust hags, man.
The only reason I ask about how many uses is because we do have another, maybe two others that might require some assistance.
What?
Remember, our friend had his ripples that kind of affected a lot of people. I wonder if that would affect that.
Yeah.
It's not the river Styx, but it's an interesting test.
Rhiannon closes her book. And she leans forward and looks at the hag. I'm all one for sharing knowledge. I don't think knowledge should be kept from people. I think it should be given. I think it's selfish to do that. I feel loss of memories is a way of being selfish for other people's gain, to make other people weaker by stealing knowledge. My patron had a dip in the River Styx and has lost a fair amount of his memories. We also are dealing with another entity who, like she was saying, creates ripples that also destroys memories. If you can aid with that.
Well, I'm not certain that any of that would work for anything else. You'll understand once I do the ritual for dear little Lulu here.
You broke up. What'd you say?
She's basically suggesting that she doesn't know if any of that can aid in what you're suggesting. Like, what she can do will be able to help with any of the others, and she'll basically show you more by with when it comes to the ritual for Lulu.
Very fair. I just figured I'd ask.
I figured I'd just tell everything, because at this point, I'm just tired of lying to people.
I never lie.
No, you don't. I just stay quiet.
Meanwhile, here I am. I haven't actually said a single word during this entire conversation.
So I suppose we should go start helping individuals.
Good. Go. I'll get the rituals. And she looks over at Mickey. You can go too. I've got a different kind of tea that'll need to be brewed. And she grins with her cracked teeth. Mickey kind of nods slowly and starts lumbering out of the out of Maggie's chambers.
So as we're leaving, Will is just gonna look up to Rihanna and go, "So, can you or can you not get me a diamond?"
MP.
Vamp just kind of looks over. Huh?
You know how Lograth said? If we, yeah. We need to get a diamond.
Yep. Give me a second. And he just kind of vanishes for a second, comes back, and after you've given him the money, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I just don't know how much.
How much? What level of diamond are you buying?
So, if it's part of like a spell and it's like a material, would I know how much value, what value it needs to be?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It should list
at
that in the
least
spell.
at least 100 gold pieces of diamond dust.
So he comes back with a small pouch of diamond dust worth that you after you gave him 100 gold pieces.
Okay, yeah, she'll take it
And
out
he
of.
hands it over to Will. Hope you know what you're doing with that.
Oh, I never knew. Let's see, I have never done this before. But that shouldn't stop me. Hey, little thing, get over here.
Which are you talking to?
The elephant.
Lulu just
Lulu.
kind of stares over at Will and then looks up at Rhiannon.
I'm going to
He's not gonna hurt you.
And she
touch Will.
kind of flies over towards Will and hovers in front of him.
Oh my.
And I'm going to cast guidance in case he needs it.
You clerics.
I I'd do a little show for him.
No. That would just distract me. Shush.
Well, I want to do a performance check.
Let's see here. Yes, I will put my hand on Lulu. And then I cast Greater Restoration to see if that is enough to clear the memories.
She just continues to watch at you. That felt warm. And she nicks your side of your face like the trunk kiss. But it doesn't appear that she remembers anything new.
Well, I tried and I failed. And all the diamond dust just goes burning away into nothingness.
Ouch.
Well, hey, we know now. We have. It's good to know things. We have the knowledge that doesn't work. Not all has been lost.
Didn't you say it wouldn't work?
You don't remember anything extra, Lulu?
Lulu shakes her head.
You don't feel better in any way?
You just felt a little warm. And as you guys, the two of you with high passive perception will have noticed that when the fiendish flesh golem walked away, it appeared to have been limping.
Well, I ain't touching that thing.
Who do we need to help, I wonder?
Well, apparently to the hag. Everyone.
Then we should get started.
Will just looks around. Does he see anyone else but the flesh golem?
You see now that you're outside again, You see the two Kenku who appear to be working on a machine. You see a flame skull that is just kind of flying back and forth, seemingly to mumble it to itself. You see a couple of those red caps, along with what looks to be the same creatures, except that their caps are soaked with something else instead that makes it look black. Um, Over in one section that appear to be dancing around and watching Mickey and laughing a bit. And you see a pair of imps off to another side, just chattering to each other.
Hmm.
Did I miss one?
Imps.
Imps.
Imps. Well, should we split up?
I guess so.
I'd rather not deal with the fresh golem.
Why not?
What?
Why not?
I have to explain myself? It's a disgusting creature.
I'm just asking a question, Will.
Well, I mean, personal preference.
Okay, that's fine. I was just asking a question, Will. Okay, so Will doesn't want to deal with the flesh.
So basically, for reference, I'm just putting the tokens out so
Yeah.
that you can see that, see where they are.
Cool, let's fight them. No.
Oops. Oh, I see. That's one word. That's why I can't find it. Ah!
You know what? Will is going to be doing the eeny meeny miny mo, but in gnomish. And then it's just rolling a 1d4. I'm gonna roll a 1d4 to see where I go. It's gonna be going clockwise, going 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see here. 3. It's gonna go to the Kenku.
Okay. The two Kenku are currently over there working on on one of those machines that Lunissa was very interested in, and they're in the middle of these kind of clicks and whirs from their beaks, and they look again towards Lulu, and imitating her voice perfectly, they both go, "Hello, hello," towards her.
Alright, what seems to be the problem here? Do you need any help?
Even though she's not appearing to walk over walking that way. And they kind of look at you, they look back, they put down their tools for a moment. And again, they seem to be chattering at each other in some other languages. And then one of them points towards one of the larger of the machines. And it's got some weird energy, and it seems like a some sort of gear that's just sparkling with this weird that weird energy, like there's purplish radiance coming off of it, and the rest of the machine is more like a reddish haze. And it looks like there's bits and pieces of spikes hitting it, and they're going chattering and pointing at that and going, and one of them says in some sort of some language going, "Broken." And they look a little sad from him as they notice that Lulu is not approaching them. Lulu is hanging out with Rhiannon, but they get over it. They're just looking at Will and Galmel.
How is it broken?
And they both kind of shrug.
what would be needed to be fixed?
Roll an Arcana or Investigation check.
Well, both of those suck.
Are you both working together? If you're helping, you get
Wonderful.
advantage.
I will help because I have a 0 to both of those.
Oh, I have a 1.
Better action.
Okay.
I will also. You do have guidance for a minute. I can keep guessing that.
Oh, a plus a d4. Nice. Okay.
Because cantrips. And fuck
Oh!
Sweet. And you guys are going to be spending the next 10 minutes understanding every single bit of thing that's wrong with that object.
Hold on. It's a 24.
Yep. It still takes you 10 minutes to
Yep.
to know exactly and formulate a plan. Meanwhile, Rhiannon is heading over to the Fiendish Flesh Golem, who is currently making some weird hopping dance motion now that it's away from Maggie. And just kind of like looks over towards you with its strange eyes.
She's going to awaken mind. Are you okay?
And you don't really hear words, but you get the image of a foot in your head.
Image of what?
Of a foot.
Looks down at a foot.
It kind of
Is
hops.
it not a foot?
Aw. It has both of its feet, and as you take a look at its feet, it kind of makes a hopping dance again, and you see that. Roll a either an insight or a medicine check.
I'm
Oh, sorry, insight check because medicine's for something else. Sorry.
Okay, insight.
Yes, please. And you're hearing some sort of music and laughter from nearby, from the red caps and those other caps that appear to be, of the same vein, but seem to be a bit crazy. So calling them mad caps would not be wrong. But
See if she has anything to increase her.
you really can't. You look at the foot, but considering that this creature is a mishmash of multiple fiendish things, it's impossible to tell exactly what might be wrong with its foot.
Okay, something's wrong with your foot. Can you sit down? I might be able to get a better look at it.
The fiendish golem sits down, and you hear awes coming from seemingly disappointed redcaps and madcaps. It's like, come on, keep doing the Mickey! They call out. And you see, at the corner of your eye, Rhiannon, that several of them are attempting to dance the way that he was hopping around.
Do they do that often?
And you kind of get this picture in your head because you have the awakened mind that this poor creature is clearly the butt of jokes and insults from the Fae beings.
She's gonna try to. Can she get a better look at it with her sitting down? Or with them sitting down? Can she just kind of maybe try to do medicine or something to try to see if it's a stitching or if there's something wrong with if there's something stuck in the bottom?
You'll be able to spend the next couple of minutes to get an advantage on that. And in that time, we'll be moving on to somebody else.
Perfect.
Urk and Lanissa, where are you two going? You seem to just still be standing there in the middle of things.
I'll go over here.
Alright.
Them guys.
Lanissa?
Is this a thing I can interact with?
What? Yeah,
This thing.
that's a flame skull. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go.
Alright, so Biddy first, because Biddy was over by the Madcaps, who are now clearly a bit disappointed at the Madcaps and the Redcaps. Not clearly, slightly disappointed that that Mickey is currently sitting down and being examined by Rhiannon.
Billy will just walk up to him. So, what seems to be any sort of problem you need help with?
And they grin. They grin at you. It's like, yeah, we don't want much. We just want to go out there and kill stuff. Yeah. More soaking the caps in demon blood. The other one of the madcaps agrees. Any kind of blood will do. Agrees the red cap. And besides that, just watching Mickey over there hobbling around is hilarious. Another one leans towards you and goes, "Hey, do you have any way of doing a prank? Do you know how to do pranks?"
While I'm not the best at it, that would be our gnome friend, but
Maybe you should get him over here and ask him to do some prank if you're trying to do something for us.
he seems preoccupied.
Oh, that's too bad.
Kind of wish I went to the fleet.
And meanwhile, as you're attempting to get to know the madcaps, just roll a charisma check, Biddy. We will move
Charisma check,
over
not
to-
persuasion.
straight charisma because it's not persuasion. You're just attempting to make friends with them. We will check in with Urk and the imps.
Nice.
I'm very good at making friends.
Somewhere along the line, drinks come out, and so do weird stuff like severed fingers. But we will get back to that later.
Okay.
Beard's
What?
missing out.
I know, right?
What you thought was beanies and weenies was actually 750. Fine.
Well,
Meanwhile,
I'll be right back.
Meanwhile, Urk has made his way over to the two lounging imps.
Urk will speak in Infernal. How's it going, guys?
Hey, buddy, how's it going? What are you up to?
Well, somebody asked us to help out the people around here, so...
Oh, that must be Maggie. Yeah, she's the best, doesn't she?
I mean, she's alright. She hasn't stabbed us in the back yet. It's always a
Yeah,
good sign.
the only problem is she doesn't let us pick on the stupid madcaps. I mean, she lets them pick on Mickey, but we're not allowed to pick on them? What? Meh. The two imps just kind of, wave their hands. And they
But I mean-
definitely appear to be smoking something.
So, he kind of leans in. I can help you out in another way.
Oh? What do you got?
I was more like thinking, what do you guys got that I can help you, smoke? If you, smoking or taking anything?
Well, there's this. How do you? Can we repeat what you just said? My brain just blanked.
Basically, he's just saying that he could help him out by smoking their weed or some shit.
One of them offers you the what appears to be some kind of joint. It's something burning anyway that appears to be supple enough for that.
He takes a big puff out of it.
Constitution saving throw.
Yes! Please be bad so I can get high. Oh, that's not too bad.
All right. Roll a 1d100.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, what did I miss?
He's currently getting hot.
I'm getting high.
He's getting
Oh
high
my
with
God.
the two lazy imps. Yeah.
What an easy job. Just kidding.
I mean, technically speaking, it isn't really the job.
Okay, the
but I
song
think-
"So I Got High" is now playing in my head. Thank you very much.
I was gonna help these imps, but then I got high.
Yeah, that's yeah. I remember when that song came out.
Oh,
I can make
Best
this
thing
happen.
about it-
Hold on 1 second.
Urk is kind of the smoker as well. He's he would probably be the kind of person to actually smoke pot. So
All right, so everything around you seems to take on a weird kaleidoscopic. You ever seen those acid trip
Yep.
cartoons?
so it's an
It's the equivalent of it would be the equivalent of an acid trip where everything
God.
just seems to turn into the colors and you now just kind of like think you're like dancing with the imps as you're doing that. It's not the best reaction, but the imps are kind of laughing and chuckling to themselves.
Dude, this is some heavy shit. Fucking love it.
And
Think
if
I
you
might even
and
finish
if you have to
something
roll
early.
and make any checks at the moment at any time until I say otherwise, actually roll a 1d10.
Oh boy. Roll 1d10.
Okay, so for the next 90 minutes, you also have disadvantage on any check you're trying to make. Or attack
Oh,
roll,
come
or
on.
anything else. All your rolls are at disadvantage,
Come on.
mechanically.
You're
I-
high, what do you expect?
I guess.
Super
Did
high.
you really
So,
expect to be better at anything?
He's he's gonna try and recreate the "Then I Got High" song.
Go, Bard, go!
Yeah.
I mean, well,
Everybody's trying to work.
okay, so
But,
that's
And he's
and-
over there singing the that I got, and the imps are singing with him.
Oh god.
Yes.
I'm just having
They
this
actually
image in my head
actually sing well. They're while he's playing, they're doing this awesome harmony with him.
now. Oh my god.
Meanwhile, Lanissa, you wander up to the flame skull, who is now glancing over towards Urk and the imps, and instead of shaking its head because it's just a skull, its flames just flicker as if it's shaking a head. And then it turns and looks at you and kind of it dims slightly, then rises up again. Do I know you?
Nope. Hi.
You're not friends with the Redcaps, are you? And he seems to
No.
be whistling as he speaks.
Is that bad?
No, that's a good thing. One of those red crap stole one of my teeth. I'm afraid to tell Maggie about it. She seems to like him. Faye.
Oh, do you know which one has your teeth? Would you want it back?
I would definitely like it back, but I don't know where it is. One of them has
You
it.
know, that's very vague.
Yeah.
I can see what I can do.
Right.
If is there anything you can give me when I bring you back your teeth?
He seems to be thinking for a minute. I don't know. I'll tell Maggie that you helped me out. How does that sound?
That sounds okay. Give me a second. I'll walk over to the red. And I'll be like, "Hey guys, I see you guys have some nice trinkets."
Just as
I
Biddy
see
is.
they have the-
This is at this point. Biddy is finished with they've asking Biddy about like chaotic people, and at that point you've wandered over and are talking to them.
I go like, "I see you guys have nice. What did I? Nice trophies." As I point at the fingers and stuff.
Yeah, we're just showing off some things, and one of them hands Biddy a severed finger that looks like it came off of some kind of demon.
Ooh.
I mean, it's pretty cool, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. Did
So,
you guys?
what do you want, Lunessa?
I just saw you guys had a bunch of war trophies, and I was like, I want to see what else they have. I mean, I myself do like some trophies. Do you guys have to have some teeth or something?
Teeth? What kind of teeth you looking for? And what are you
I
gonna
don't
give? What are you gonna give us for it?
What about these? And I pull out some daggers. I'm like, these are very good for stabbing demons.
Yeah. We got these, and each of them holds up a bloodstained sickle. These are fun. We like raking things with them.
They do look better though. Yeah, you're right. How about? Ooh, how about I add something on your weapon that when you stab something, like they grow tentacles, you have more things to stab.
And they kind of look at you and they break out laughing more. And the madcaps just kind of point to their hats. Yeah, we already got enough demon ichor. We like kicking it off for the fresh corpses.
Here,
Come on, do you have
Making it
anything?
hard for
We want chaos. We want slaughter. They start chanting.
how about this? You guys think you're
Chaos,
strong,
slaughter,
right?
chaos, slaughter. Another one, like even while the chanting is going on, one of the red caps just looks at you and goes, "What?"
You guys think you're strong, right?
Eh. They kind of shrugs as they're still cheering back and forth like little mad things.
What if I can knock one of you out? Do you guys? Would you guys mind giving me the teeth of that lame guy over there? I want to hold it over his head.
Roll a persuasion check.
Uh,
I was so tempted.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh. Hey, tell you what. And you kind of like one of the red caps just looks at you. I got that guy's tooth. Yeah, it's really funny. He whistles all the time now. yeah. But if you got something fun to trade, something that'll entertain us.
Let me look. God damn it, man! I'm not. I haven't started my hoarding yet.
Oh.
Roll an intelligence check for me, Lunissa.
Great. I'm good at the no.
Yeah. No prompting. Meanwhile, Gamel and Will, you guys have figured out exactly what's wrong with this particular gear. That it has been damaged with with spikes from some kind of demon that's causing demonic energy to flow through it, which is causing a disruption to the devil energy. And you know that you can get rid of that energy with either dispel magic or protection from evil or good.
Will is just looking at Galbil. Looks back at the cog that has the demonic magic on it. Just goes snap.
And the machine just jumps back to life, and the Kenku just clap excitedly, and they each echo your snap exactly.
Snap.
And the two Kenku pick you up and start hugging you.
All right, calm down, people.
Do I notice the gathering over here?
Yeah. Meanwhile, as you guys are finishing that up, Rhiannon, you discover that after some checking around, that there is some kind of bone fragment stuck in Mickey's foot that is not part of his actual makeup. That's currently inhabiting his stride.
Oh, Mickey.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine.
The high hallucinating bard over there.
Okay, Mickey. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna try to take. You have something in your foot. Okay, this may hurt. Here, take a swig of this.
Bite down on your arm.
Not that demon.
As you look carefully at Mickey, you suddenly realize, wait a second, Mickey doesn't exactly have a mouth. You actually can't take a swig of that.
Oh. Okay. Rhiannon takes a swig, and then she I guess douses her foot in the foot because she knows proper medicine, but not flesh golem medicine. So she's gonna try to use the alcohol to
Sanitize?
sterilize, sanitize, whatever fucking shit. And then so she's going to, let's see what else she could do. she's going to let him know. I'm sorry, this might hurt a little bit, but I will try to. I'll try to get it out, and she's going to um, try to get the bone shard out.
Medicine check, please. Like I said, with advantage now, because you spent enough time staring at this and working it out.
Okay. I
Woo!
was trying to see if
Advantage.
she had anything else to like assist with that, like, but medicine advantage. Ah, fucking hell!
Oh.
God.
Oh,
You try, but you just can't extract the bone chip. Mickey actually
Good.
pats you on the head after the failed attempt.
Oh.
you rip out the wrong bone.
That probably would have been a
That'd
nat
been
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rhiannon's going to say, I'm good with healing, not surgery. I'm sorry, Mickey, but I don't think that broken things should be overlooked. I'm sorry. And she just
Can I
kinda
hear-
goes that.
Can I hear Rhiannon from?
No,
over where
no,
I'm
you're far off and you're high. You can't. You're not able to overhear any of that. Sorry.
Damn. I was able to make a high medical.
Jamil and Will, are you guys going over to Melissa and Biddy at this point?
Man, everyone else seems to be having trouble with their tasks.
I mean, I don't think I am.
Let's look at this one over here. He starts walking toward the madcaps.
Madcaps.
They're still they're still dancing about. Some of them are watching the flesh golem and just yelling. It's like, do the Mickey, and just they're like making this weird Johnny dance on one foot, hopping
Oh,
around.
What assholes?
Yeah, they are.
Looks at Lenisa. So what's going on? What's the 3D issue?
I got something. I pull out the shiny coin.
Yeah, that's
How
not
about
a
this for
soul
the two? It's a shiny stone.
Nah, that's not chaotic. That's not a soul coin either.
Oh, you want
Yeah.
something
Nothing
chaotic? I have
What?
something.
Oh boy.
Gamel just grins widely.
But he's
No.
just
Another
watching
thriller.
this happen. Like, I'm not gonna say a word about
Oh,
this,
God.
just watching him. It's not his thing.
How many red hats are there?
Let's see.
If it's two, I just knock them out and take the two.
There are a variety of them, but looking around, you see scattered about, not simply in front of you, but like on the walls and all that. There's maybe as many as 60 red caps and about 30 of those weird madcaps.
Can I? What does this thing do again?
I do know one thing that's pretty chaotic,
What?
and I just look at Galmil.
I had an idea.
He has something.
I had an idea for a game.
What's the game? In immediate vicinity, there's at least 10. But, they're basically, if you started a brawl, after a turn or two, a whole bunch more would show up. Is basically how the whole thing would work.
I want to know. Well, for the reward of the tooth, if I can hide from you, among you.
The red caps and mad caps look at each other, and they start laughing hysterically. Good luck there. You currently still look like a tiefling, yes?
Yes.
Good luck there, tiefling hiding among us.
All
Oh.
you have to do is close your eyes and count to 10.
I guess you can't do it.
Roll persuasion.
Oh, he's very persuasive. Come on, you got it.
Boop.
A couple of them comply, immediately closing their eyes and start counting, but others just are like sitting there, like watching this go on.
The ones that close their eyes are the ones that are participating only. And he will, he's going to go hide behind a nearby wall
Yeah, there's piles of junk everywhere, so you can do that.
or debris or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's going to turn into a madcap. But he's also going to cast Detect Thoughts.
And
Okay.
Will is going to follow him, walk on the same wall, and he's gonna do glamour instead of leather armor does, so I can change the appearance. And I'm dressed like a madcap,
Yep, I'm also dressed like a
Oh my
madcap because
God.
of disguise self.
so I'm still looking like Will, but I'm dressed like a madcap.
Well, no,
like,
you're-
I'm more disguised.
Yeah, Will is this guy. No. Will's his practically disguised self. Gamble's, on the other hand, is his new ability thanks to the Traveler.
Yeah.
Because he
I
made
can make
he made a deal with her, and she, blessed him.
I'm just gonna watch.
Will's idea is like they're gonna say, "Hey, you're not one of us," and they're like, "Well, I'm not the one you're looking for."
So, basically, they finished counting, and they're like looking around, and they're tapping some of them are tapping their feet. What do you two do?
just wander out because my cane will look like a sickle because I can change what my stuff. I would just walk out, just randomly, just kind of like cackling to himself a little bit.
Will is like, "Where did he go? I can't see him." The thing.
They're like looking at.
I'm mad.
Hey! And they like, look you two over and just start, some of them start dancing, others are like, pulling out the objects. What do you got to trade, friend? One of them says. You got anything cool from a recent kill?
Talking to me?
They're talking to both of you.
Oh. Let's see.
What if I had something interesting? Very interesting. Very interesting. Something I've never seen. Not here, not here, not here.
What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
He's going to pull out the little frog puppet. Something not unique. Something from somewhere else. A different plane. A different plane. A different plane. It's not from the Feywild. He just repurchased it from. I wonder why they had it. Not theirs anymore. It's mine now.
Will pulls out the item that he got from the treasury from the giants, the eyes of the eagle.
What are those?
Ah, the eyes of the eagle. Oh, yes. The person who carried this was a giant. These were too small for him, but now they're mine. Yes, mine. They were too small for him even after I cut him into pieces.
This is quite a spectacle.
Yeah, I'm just reading their surface thoughts to see if any of them have figured out that I'm me, or if any of them have.
No, they seem to assume that you are a new transplant from the Fae, and are figuring that that you're here to join their ranks.
I heard you were playing a game.
What kind of game?
With the tiefling one, the one that wouldn't hide.
Yeah, they don't seem to have any idea that you are actually that tiefling because you look too much like them, and they are not aware of a tiefling being able to turn forms like that. Because you are fairly new and unique in the known multiverse. They look around and look at each other. Say, I think they went away towards it. Yeah, went away probably behind one of the junk piles.
But he's just gonna say, no, they definitely came back.
And look over at Biddy.
They could be standing around us, all invisible.
They can go invisible? We should have thought of that.
Anyone can go invisible if they tried hard enough.
But he's
And he
sort
blinks.
of face palming that Will. It's like, oh god.
Look, anyone can go invisible if they try hard enough, and he just squeezes his arms like he's concentrating, and then he pulls his hood up and goes invisible.
Yeah, and as he does that, ironically, one of the nearby redcaps, whose cap was looking a bit dull and dry, started screaming, going, "No, I forgot!" and suddenly blinks out of existence.
What?
The rest of them all see that happen and just start laughing hysterically.
Then Will is just gonna walk and maybe behind another red cap and appear again and goes, look, see?
Fucking chaos.
So I guess we lost the tiefling, didn't we?
We're losing the game, I hate losing the game.
And they start chanting, "Kill, kill, let's go out and kill!"
Hide and seek escalates to kill real fast. Oh my god.
Because Luisa was talking with the one at the tooth.
Yeah.
He looks over at that one.
That one's now holding a sickle and yelling, "Kill, kill, let's go out and kill!"
Can I have the tooth then? If
Roll
you've given
persuasion.
up already. Persuasion. Where's my persuasion? There it is.
Nah, my tooth. I'm keeping it.
But you've lost the game, friend.
How have I lost the game? The
He transforms back into the tiefling right in front of him. Because you didn't find it.
And he looks. The red cap just looks astonished. And the little pouch that holds the tooth just slips out of a hand and plumps on the ground.
I'll take it.
Will turns back his clothes to his normal clothes and goes, easy to fool.
A couple of the red caps nearby gasp. "You're just a regular gnome."
I'm nothing like regular.
And you hear a couple of the muttering, "We should be killing him." Yeah, we should cut him open and
That gnome
and
is
soak our
right that
our
he's
caps in that.
nothing similar to regular.
Will cast minor illusion to make his eyes looks like they're on fire, and he goes, just try it.
Roll intimidation at advantage.
Oh,
yeah.
Just watching.
See, this is part of the what Will does now. He fucks with everyone.
I'm just a third party watching chaos ensue.
Oh,
Well, it's what they asked for.
Yes.
Like, what? Only one of the red caps stumbles backwards while the rest of them burst out laughing and start imitating Will's red eyes at each other.
Will stops it and just go, meh.
You seem to have thoroughly entertained them, and one of the one of the red caps hands you a bloody fang tooth of some kind. Clearly not the same as the one that belongs to the flame skull, but looks like this came off. This one looks like it came off of some kind of beast.
A bloody fang.
Yep.
I'll hand the Luisa the tooth. There you go.
You can have this one too. He gives the fang. What?
Here's the tooth.
And he would have probably wandered back to Rihanna to see how she's doing, honestly.
The flame skull is floating there. It looks like it's looking at through a book, and then when you get back, it goes ah, and seems to startle as it turns around and looks at you. Who are you?
You told me you would say that I'll help you if I give you back your tooth.
Oh, you brought my tooth. Ah, excellent. And he
But
opens his mouth up wide and waits for you to put the tooth in.
you aren't going to tell the hag I helped you, right?
The The flame skull nods slightly.
Okay,
Okay.
here's a maneuver I did not think Will would ever do.
Oh god.
Walk up invisible. Can he reach Lunisa's hand where he's holding the tooth?
Oh.
Where she's holding the tooth? Yeah, you could probably reach her.
Could I try just to quickly swap it with the bloody fangs I got?
Yeah, please make a
Oh
sleight of
my
hand
god!
check.
Yes!
Oh,
Sleight of hand! Sleight of hand!
oh no.
Uh-huh. I hope you can roll above a 27. Or you're gonna get stunned.
I'm invisible.
So, I can feel you swapping a thing in my hand.
Yeah, Lunissa does have a very high passive perception.
Well, I can get a 27. That's my highest.
So make your roll, please. We'll see where the chips lay.
Oh, I have advantage. Sorry.
Oh.
Nice, Lunissa. You feel your hand being forced a bit, and there's a bloody fang going towards your hand. It looks like something invisible is attempting to take the tooth. While
It's
exchanging
invisible if I'm holding it.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
you feel something odd in your hand. It feels like something is trying to take the tooth that you have.
Yeah. Can I feel which direction it's coming from?
Yeah, of course. You'd feel it tugging on your hand.
Uh-oh.
Invisible disadvantage.
Mhm.
Yeah, I said that.
Roll 20. Why do you lag?
So is it 20?
Yeah. Yeah, that is a 20, and I'm gonna...
What's
Well,
your
I'm at it.
what's your AC, Will?
Wait, why did he attack once with the unarmed and then one regular D20?
Because I have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because
So
I need to roll
Okay.
twice.
Yep.
I just wondered why it didn't click twice.
yeah, the lag.
Because I didn't.
Oh. Okay.
Lag.
Right.
Does 20 hit you?
Yes, it does.
So you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage and can't swap the tooth out.
Yeah, and you can make a Constitution saving throw as just for good measure. What's the DC on that again? It's my wisdom's.
Well,
man.
even though you're invisible, you're currently stunned.
For 6 seconds.
Yeah.
For 6 seconds.
Lunissa
and I
doesn't have-
put the tooth in.
Alyssa doesn't have a chance to put the tooth in. And you hear laughing and cackling madcaps. So-
Okay.
So the flame skull just seems to grin and much better.
Okay. Then I turn around and go like, "Don't try that again."
Why, you're not good with pranks?
No, I'm not. I think you just noticed that.
Oh, lighten up.
Oh God. I should probably roll a wisdom saving throw because I'm mad with killing intent right now. Right? Yeah.
Wait, if I'm high, does that mean that goes away or what?
What goes away?
The hatred for Rhiannon.
Yeah, you're mellowed out and on an acid trip, so.
Yes.
Fine. You're really
No,
bad
no,
right now.
that's something.
Meanwhile, Galmel, you're noticing that Rhiannon is there, having failed to remove the bone shard from the flesh golem's foot.
And as you walk up, she's got her old journal out and she's just flipping through. And as you approach, you could hear her say, "And this one is of my friend John. He beat this pig guy in a arm wrestling contest in the Feywild, and I drew him tearing his arm off, but he didn't really tear his arm. But you know, hey, Gamel.
What's wrong?
He's got a bone shard stuck in the bottom of his foot, and I tried." And she like closes her book and Mickey, can you show? This is GML. He's a friend. Maybe he can help. I tried a couple times. I'm not a surgeon, you know. But if you look over here, in his right foot. There's just a piece of a bone, and I can't get it. I mean, I can try, but again, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe give it another try. She'll pat your shoulder and cast guidance.
Can she try again or no?
With guidance, I will allow that. So, but medicine check at advantage. Now that you have a spell cast on you.
Well, you got this. You got this. Believe in yourself.
She's been doing other stuff on the side to be sweet to Mickey, but she really just wants to not to get made fun of anymore.
Yeah, you got this. Once when we get back into the normal realm, you're
There
gonna be
we
a doctor.
Hey.
Okay.
You pulled the
done.
bone shard out successfully, and you hear
28.
a few disappointed ahs coming off of the coming from the madcaps and redcaps, but most of them are still being distracted by what just happened to them with the game. So
Thanks, Camo. I guess I just needed a little.
Mickey pats you on the head and then grabs you up in its two big arms and nearly crushes you for a moment. Thankfully, missing you with all extrusions, but you know, hugging you tight. You go again.
Well, they made a friend.
A lot of people overlook broken things. It's important to make sure that they're felt included too. And she smiles up at Mickey and over at Camo.
Tilts his head.
What? Not like I would know anything about them.
No, I don't think you're broken.
Alright, so what were. I wasn't paying attention. What the hell was going on?
Let's see. That was broken with a demon shard. Fixed that. What Will did with the spell magic. They wanted chaos, so I
Oh,
played a game with them, and they failed.
nice. Well,
That one wanted its tooth back, apparently,
okay.
which I won for the game, and I don't know what he's doing. I think he's
La,
smoking.
la, 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 la,
Is he
la,
playing a
la.
song?
So,
Alright. Well, I guess everything seems to be working out. Guess we go.
Not really. Not really. Because technically I didn't really do anything, I just spoke to them.
I think
Yeah, you
he's
see-
the one who hasn't.
Once you find Urk hanging out with the two imps, you realize that Urk is high as balls.
Yeah.
Didn't you have
And
a
my
job to
cloak
do?
is rainbows.
What are you talking about? I'm doing it.
Just looked at the imps.
The imps kind of look back and go, "Hey, you want some of this too?"
They high too.
Of
Baby,
course.
you gotta try this, it's amazing. It makes you so relaxed, man.
By the way, you look at Biddy and you basically see him turn completely red and sprout horns in your mind's eye.
I don't.
Whoa, dude.
I don't need to relax. I'm relaxed as it is.
Well, if that's the case, gets closer to try and grab the horns.
He is grabbing at a space right above your head, Biddy, for some reason.
Well, what are you doing?
I didn't know you could grow horns, dude.
Sorry?
These horns, man. The metal is fuck.
Yeah, totally. Cool,
Biddy,
right?
Eric, as far as you're concerned, Biddy's voice suddenly sounds what we would describe as techno or robotic. But I don't think Urk has a word for that.
A little bit every single time. Like, not in the
So what you're saying is it sounds a little like this.
Yes!
Oh my god!
Yes, that's how Urk. That's how Biddy sounds. That's how Biddy sounds to you right now, Urk.
Love it.
Dude, when did you get auto tune?
Auto what?
Oh, it's a thing that I just made up. Because I don't think auto tune is such a thing in this world. But, you know. Yo, little ones, you hear his voice too, right?
We kind of nod. Yeah, it's jamming. And they kind of hold their hands up in the air, and little flames burst from them as if they're at a concert.
What's going on over
He's gonna
here?
play minor image with him. He's gonna do minor image with him as well.
I think they're all high.
I think so too.
Insight.
You don't need a insight. We're
There's
already.
no need to insight. They're clearly high.
All right.
Wait.
Hot.
Wait. Can I try and perform like a what is it, deception check on that?
Sure.
To try to
At
add over.
disadvantage.
Yes.
Remember, disadvantage and everything right now. For 90 minutes.
fine.
Only 10 of which have passed, so 80 more
Alright,
minutes.
okay. What are you talking about? I'm not high. You are.
Right.
Yeah, he's.
Hey, Rihanna.
Hey, man. The imps both say. The imp on Rihanna's shoulder just kind of stares at them.
Eric will get him into Rhiannon's face like, hey, you like alcohol, right?
As far as you're concerned, Rhiannon has just sprouted a whole bunch of blue and green scales.
Yo, you like me now?
I. Oh.
You like alcohol, right?
Yeah. Did you actually help them, or did you just get high?
And her voice to you sounds like helium voice.
Sound like a chipmunk.
I do not. How do you know what? I don't sound like a chipmunk. What are you talking about?
Kind of tries to pass the joint to her. Gotta try it.
Rhiannon, he's high. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm okay. Take swig from flask. I'm okay.
No, you just gotta try it. Instead of taking swigs from the flask, take a swig from this joint, man.
We are on a mission.
I mean, hey, little guy.
Settle
you like
down, the imps both say in chorus.
Hey,
Come
little
join
dude,
us.
X looking towards the little imps.
Yeah, the imps
Did
are
I
just
do
looking
your
back at him.
Did I do your mission?
What mission?
What do you need help with?
We don't need help. We just need. We just want to be left alone. Make sure you don't have to do anything, man.
Precisely, bros. That's good.
Yeah, you should hang up with us more, dude.
Hells yeah. Oh,
Yeah, here in the hells. They put their little fists up and start start doing that fist bang in the air.
Oh my god.
Another thing, guys. Do you have me?
We're at Jersey. We're at the Avernus Jersey Shore. I'm not okay with this.
Camel's got a wide.
Oh, what are you planning?
Cow milk.
Hi.
Oh god. Oh god.
Wait, what?
Hey, Urk,
Yeah.
how are you feeling?
Oh, fucking
He keeps shifting colors.
amazing, man.
Yes. And Urk, as you look over at Galmil, you see a 7-foot tall talking skeleton.
Yo, what up to your flesh, bro?
Anything that's happened to yours, friend?
Looks at head.
Is Gamble trying to give him a bad trip right now?
Yep.
It's not gonna work, man. I've done this sort of shit before. Not as hard, but you know, he's a
Yeah, but here's the fun fact. I don't know how all of this will work with you because I can implant images in your head. With
Oh my god! Do it, Gamble, do it! He's already seeing things!
Yep, that's what Gamel's gonna do because he's chaos.
Oh shit.
Yes?
Here we go. And this is
So-
how Urk gets on the sober bus.
hell
It's
no.
like a real fucking fucked up trip.
Oh god.
I'm ready. Hit me. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's basically, like right now, like he looks at his hands, he's gonna see skeletal arms.
And
When he looks up, he's not gonna see Gamel anymore. He's gonna see him, like a mirror.
yo, is that what it look like? Grabs the whole of the cheekbones on him.
Wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
No. Wisdom's. Oh, I've only got a 1 in wisdom. Oh no.
Urk!
Oh, here
With this implanted in your head, you are
You're
now
not cutting out. You
Urk,
cut out.
Urk, with this implanted in your head, you are now convinced that you are a skeleton.
I try to rattle my bones as xylophones.
Alright, you two. I think we've done our jobs now.
Wait, we had jobs?
No jobs here, man. Just come
Yeah,
hang out with
whatever.
us.
Whatever. We can't hang out. We have something we need to do.
Oh,
Come on, Urk.
okay, fine. And he's gonna whisper, like, very quietly to the imps. Yeah, and then he's stressed out.
What do you want? One of the imps asks.
Some spell, this magical stuff.
They kind of look at each other. Roll persuasion. Disadvantage.
Oh, hells yeah. Hells yeah, I'm good at persuasion, actually. Yeah, I'm decent. 11?
Nah, man, we don't have any more. Sorry.
Shit, where would I find this stuff then?
Hey, just come back and see us.
I'll try to do my best. And then he'll start walking away and hi guys, I'm here.
Gamel, by the way, is looking in that little pouch that he had before, where he pulled a bean out.
Oh no.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh.
He's like,
Oh
counting.
no.
Wow, there's 11 now.
Oh,
no.
Oh.
Oh, I thought you. Oh.
There were 7.
What the fuck happened?
Chaos is rewarded.
Oh. But you didn't perform that much chaos on me, just so you know. You know that, right?
Not just on you, on a few people.
Oh yeah, true.
And that's only the beginning, friend.
Oh god. Hal's gonna have a shit ton of pair of
I just litter the place with pyramid. The 9 hells has like 11 more pyramids just pop up.
The Great Pyramids of Hell.
The mummy lords band together and start their own faction.
Hell is ruled by mummies.
Oh.
so good I didn't really hear, to be honest. I've got headphones in.
So they didn't want anything other than to be left alone. They wanted things repaired, that's repaired. That one wanted the tooth, they got the tooth. They wanted chaos. I gave them chaos. And that one wanted their foot fixed. I think we helped everyone.
I agree.
Rhiannon's just sitting there sketching.
Hey, Rhiannon,
Yes, well.
come with me for a sec.
Uh oh.
Okay. Closes the book. What's up?
You know how Erk almost dropped you in the river Styx?
Yeah?
Well, Lenissa just punched me.
Why?
Well, I was playing a trick on her, but that was a clear overreaction. I think some of us are starting to lose it down here.
Oh.
The same way she already did before.
Rhiannon
Aren't
gets
you
like
forgetting
a
someone?
little, scratches the back of her head and kind of like squats down to Will's level just so her voice can't be heard. Yeah, I didn't mean to. I think Urk was kind of joking around too. I didn't mean to punch him either. Junkie.
Well, your punch was completely justified.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, and he almost killed you.
I was tied off to him.
And if we couldn't hold your weight, not being impolite here, but what if?
Kind of takes a little suck in, like a lady does.
Mm-hmm.
Violence isn't the answer, no matter what. But I do. We do have ways to make sure. Gamil switch this out with me, and like her hands are like kind of crossed over one another and like on top of her book, and she moves her right hand and then reveals a different ring of spell storing that's on her left hand.
What's up?
Uh-huh.
This one's got 2 charges of ceremony in it.
One charge.
Oh, sorry, I think I wrote it down as 2.
1 charge of ceremony, 2 charges of mirror image.
I reversed it. Sorry, I'll fix that. My bad. This one has 1 charge of ceremony in it. An extra spell in it too, just for, just to not be wasteful. And then Yamal has his abilities too. I agree.
We have to hurry things up. Because if we stay here for too long, it won't be long until we're all under this effect.
You were here last time. It was whenever you guys. Was it a certain period, like 24 hours? Like when was it? When did it happen?
It's hard to tell when I first noticed it. Like, it could have been sooner, but
Wait, I was here last time too.
Yeah.
Yes, you were.
shit.
Sorry.
Yes.
Wait a minute, Rin.
Yeah, I forgot. Yep. Apologies.
Well, yeah, we didn't notice at first.
Well, I saw it in Shiori. I did.
Surprised it happened to Erk so early. I mean,
It happened. Louis Nisa?
I play pranks on people, but rarely do people react in violence so quickly.
Can Rhiannon like stare over her shoulder at Urk and Lunisa and just try to get a gauge on
Not
them
at the
and
same
try-
time since they're in different positions, but yeah,
Do
you
the
can.
same thing as the hag. Just make your eyes go in 2 different directions at the same time.
Okay, well, she'll look at Lunisa first since Will's talking about Lunisa. So she'll look over her left shoulder and look at Lunisa and try to insight check.
All right.
Oh no, this isn't gonna go well.
Well, you're high, you're fine.
Phew.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You know, you look at Linissa, but you're certain she hasn't changed since you first met her. Which actually implies that she's always been this violent.
You know?
I never trusted her before, but she's just
It's not like you've known her long. You've known her for the equivalent of a day.
even in the cube. I thought she was reckless.
With that natural 20, could she deduce that it's something enhancing, something underlying? It's actually, like...
Nope.
Would she...
It's all
No?
her. That's what you can tell with that natural 20.
With a 29. Okay.
Yep, that nothing has changed about Lunissa since you met her. You met her basically within the same day since you time traveled.
So I don't know, Rihanna. Maybe we should try to help Marissa return to her normal, less, let's say, evil self, and just return her to her more reckless, normal
She's
self.
always been that way.
Yeah, what do you mean?
We haven't really known her that long. I don't think she's... I think this is who she is.
Just a problem
Remember,
child.
I'm pretty sure that she also told you that she did come from the Feywild and hasn't really played well before, so...
Oh yeah, we heard that, but
She's always wanted to... I've overheard her many a times with Urk asking if she could start stabbing people. Maybe this is all she is. Violent.
truly a problem child.
Be careful with her. I don't trust her.
Perhaps she just needs someone to discipline her.
Rhiannon looks to the side and gets a little grin. Cracks her knuckles.
Like,
Oh god.
like a parent would do with a small child. I don't know how you were raised, but that ain't it.
Well, I don't know my parents.
I'm
But
sorry.
I was raised by librarians, so I do know how a ruler feels across one's knuckles when you don't follow.
I'm not sure Lenissa would respond well with discipline through violence.
Well,
Well, if nothing can be done about Lunissa, something needs to be done about Erk.
Maybe
looks
some
over
push
shoulder, insight, Urk.
Go for it.
Yeah,
Thing
I
is-
rolled a natural 20
Have it anymore.
to insight you, by the way, Lunissa, and you're just violent. This is the way you've always been. So now you're a problem.
Didn't I make a deception check on that?
Nope.
Natural 20, 29. It's
Can
Yeah.
you roll
I guess.
higher?
Oh.
Can you roll a
Can you
deception
roll
check
high enough?
of a 29 or 30?
I mean, no.
Then
No.
there's no point.
I don't like this because
I mean,
technically speaking, since
Technically,
I'm high,
I'm
I
not
kind of
violent.
You literally go around
Yeah,
asking
cool,
people,
that's
asking Erk if it's okay to stop stabbing.
Yeah.
So, so Urk,
Yeah. Yeah.
so Urk, what do you say?
technically speaking, since I'm high, I don't have those hatred feelings anymore.
So what you see of him right now is that he's just very mellow. You really can't tell anything more simply because of his current condition. But he's very mellow and he's tripping and he currently thinks it's a skeleton. And at this point, you hear Maggie call from, "All right, dearies, I am ready for you now." And
Finally.
that is where we'll pick up next week.
Woo! I still gotta roll my performance check today. I'm happy.